saying anything bad. Folks, good to be with you once more. This is the That's Not Funny Comedy Podcast.
It's really hard to not say That's Not Comedy Funny Podcast.
Yeah, just sometimes. For you, because you're verbally dyslexic. You god dang dunce. I could say goddamn. That's fine.
I think you can say
goddamn.
Yeah, at $1.20. At $1.20.
At $1.20. This is
10 seconds. No way.
Tyler.
This is Jeff.
We're two friends that we love each other, but we don't like each other.
I feel like I should maybe say they don't like each other part, so we keep swapping off.
Maybe.
Trying
to bring a little bit of our life into your world.
Our juice into your mouth. Squeeze. It's
an acidic juice.
People don't know how
acidic the juice is.
I think, is it salt that you mix with acid, or is it oil that you mix with acid? Is that, because isn't there like,
I don't know,
acid, salt, oil, what's the that book?
The cooking, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Salt, fat, acid, heat.
Yeah,
that's how you cook, baby. And that's how we're cooking today. We're bringing a little fat, we're bringing a little salt, we're bringing a little acid. And we always bring the heat.
We always bring the heat, yeah.
God,
I feel like there's a lot of room for like a...
is this right, though, with the orientation? I feel like we are a little bit...
I mean, I'm leaning over this way right now.
I feel like we're... Well, as always, you need to lean. You need to scoot back, as always. That looks so much better.
Like
I don't know what your problem is.
I can't...
You love that nothing is different.
I can't
nothing
live
is
like
different.
This.
This is the setup we always have.
Is this what you want?
Yes, you look normal.
Here. Is this good for you?
Oh my gosh.
Are you happy now? I'll shout from back here.
If you ever work on your posture and you try to sit up as much as you can, imagine that a string is on the top of your head and it's pulling you up. You never look weird. You actually think you would look weird. You always just look fine.
Yeah.
They
make posture correctors these days.
I know, but I've heard that those are actually bad for you because you're
slowly deforming your spine.
You're not using your muscles. Yeah. You're just slowly plastically bending your own conforming.
I mean, they make
body.
hooks. They do skin hooks. Like you see the ladies on the skin hooks. I mean, I'm sure they do guys on skin hooks too, but I don't really want to see that. So I just think about the ladies on the skin hooks.
I'm not familiar about the ladies on the skin hooks.
You're not familiar about the ladies on the skin hooks?
I am.
Okay.
I didn't want to tell the folks that I was. I mean, yeah, no, the skin hooks. I know about the skin hooks.
So you think that's good for your posture?
I mean, it's probably better for the posture than the elastic things because your muscles are working more.
Now
if you're on skin hooks, you're tense.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, unless you're a pro. I mean, you're tense the first time you go into war, but as a seasoned Green Beret veteran,
sure,
you're like drinking a Mountain Dew while you blow somebody's brains out of the back of their mouth.
God. What it's like to be an American.
The skin hooks, that actually brings me to the worst dream that I've ever... Actually, maybe not the worst dream. Okay. I've had a lot of bad dreams.
I had bad dreams last night. I was sharing with you.
He did, yeah. Some call them nightmares. Some call them bad dreams.
Really? And do you ever have a situation where your brain's like, no matter what, you're going to have a nightmare? Like you wake up and then you're like,
yeah,
what the fuck? And then you go back to sleep and it's like, yeah, that's fine. We'll change the nightmare. We'll give you a different storyline, but you're having
100%.
Nightmares.
I mean, that is...
I had 5 different nightmares all night. I don't know why.
The underpinning of my entire 2-year nocturnal panic disorder was just, it was basically
you were
nightmares.
Having some really fucked up nightmares.
I was having a lot of bad nightmares. But
can you share with the folks?
Oh yeah, that was a nightmare.
I got eviscerated in a parking garage and you heard my insides hit the concrete of the parking garage.
The sound of his insides hitting the concrete was really... Anyways, one of the worst nightmares, when we talk about skin hooks, one of the worst nightmares I ever had. And it's not this isn't one of the graphically worst. You're going to hear it and be like, oh, that's graphically one of the worst. And it's just not, unfortunately. But it was like a Faces of Death. You ever see they make the execution videos,
Sure.
Yeah, it was kind of an execution video thing. And a guy just put this giant hook through a woman's mouth and then threw her off a cliff.
God.
And she was just banging into the sides and it was awful.
You saw it like a cinematic...
very cinematic. Okay. It was I was right there when it was happening and then I followed her down the cliff and it was so brutal. So when I think of skin hooks, maybe that's why I brought up skin hooks. I got skin hooks on the mind. I got skin hooks on the mind.
I'm imagining it was you, but you're like, yeah, my friend. There was a guy
that was a bad man doing bad stuff.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I know you've had some You've had some rough dreams, and I won't share with the folks.
I've been good lately, though.
You've been good?
Yeah, I've had a couple nightmares in the last.
That's part of growing up.
It's part of growing up. It's also part of taking a lot of buspirone.
Sure.
Yeah, a lot of buspirone, and just going to bed at a reasonable time. Honestly, I think.
Okay. What time do you go to bed?
I go to bed between 10.
Be honest.
10:30 and 12 is when I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, between 10:30.
When do you
and
go
12.
to bed though?
When
do you you say you fall asleep? You listen to a book, right?
I listen to books, yeah, but a lot of times now I'll fall asleep within like 5 minutes of listening to my book.
Wow.
Yeah,
that
is
is
really
growing
nice.
up.
It is.
You're a changed man.
It's just I get up so early, like my body gets so tired.
You've got a circadian rhythm that's
I've
actually
got
dialed
a rhythm.
in. This guy used to think that he was one of the rare anomalies of people that only needed like 4 hours of sleep.
I sure did.
I'm glad that you don't think that anymore.
Yeah,
because I knew that you weren't. I mean, statistically, it's very unlikely, but you really thought maybe, and so I was like, maybe.
Well, what
but
I can stick to my guns on one thing. I am one of the rare people who can handle it long term without killing himself.
You've got a lot of wherewithal.
Oh, I'm not allowed to say that anymore, am I?
You can't.
Okay.
You can't.
Oops.
You say it, and you actually, I think you may. We need to have like a thing, because I think you say it every single stream.
I probably do.
I think we need to have like a.
At this point, I feel like even saying unalived yourself is like that's probably worked its way into the algorithm.
Absolutely.
You can't even say that anymore.
I want to do I want to get like a Christmas confetti. Thank you for moving back. I saw that you moved back.
Oh,
I want to get like a confetti
so
Christmas.
Self-aware.
Confismus. And every time you say the KMS phrase,
you'll pop it for me.
I'll pop it for you.
That'd be really nice.
That would be kind of fun.
Kind
right?
of a mess on the electronics, but whatever.
I mean,
we're gonna burn this place down on accident
it's
anyways.
Not a problem. We're this a borrowed time.
So
what else was not funny?
I was just gonna ask you that.
Wow. I got you first.
You did. You got me
first. I got you first. You little rapscallion.
Oh boy.
You little green onion. You.
I actually had a pretty good week. I had a great time yesterday.
Yeah,
we hung out
time.
as friends yesterday.
That's wild.
That was nice.
We don't do that.
I thought he was going to beat up my kid when we hung out, and he was actually he was great.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of restraint. It was a lot of restraint.
It was all good. I feel like, until the restaurant. The restaurant was pretty tricky.
The restaurant, I mean, by the restaurant, I was worn down.
Yeah, you were used to it. You were adjusted. I mean, how did you? Can I get an honest appraisal of how did yesterday go from your perspective? Rate me as a parent.
Oh, you want to get into this?
I want to get into this. Yeah. We're going to get some good shit out of this, folks.
Oh, God.
Yeah. You ready for a good fight here?
Oh, God.
No. I want your honest opinion.
I mean, because honestly, funny enough, with your kid's 3.
Mm-hmm.
That may have been the longest parent time that I've gotten with you. When else have I gotten? I mean, I guess Christmas.
Sure,
but in public.
Yeah, well, and with
not in a
Christmas,
domicile.
my mom's not there too.
Sure,
she adds
she's there, so she's in the second layer.
So, what are your thoughts? Weak, spineless scum papa.
So many thoughts.
So many thoughts.
Where do I start?
Can somebody make that a t-shirt?
Oh, we didn't do our t-shirt war. Daddy,
spineless
Daddy,
scum
can
papa.
you go no teeth? What was
Daddy,
it?
can you go no teeth?
Daddy, can you go all gums?
Daddy, can you go? Oh yeah. Daddy, can you go all gums?
Appraisal of you as a parent. So, here's what I think.
This is what was not that funny for me.
This was
the next 10 minutes.
Your child has a lot of energy, and I think most children do. And your child, okay. Do you want me?
You're allowed to say good things too.
I was gonna say, do you want me to start with good things or bad things?
Start with the bad things and then go to the good things.
Okay, I'll start with the bad
I like
things.
that more.
I'll start with the bad
What about you guys? Pop in the chat if you like the bad first or the good first.
I usually take bad first. If people
Me
say
too.
Bad news, good news.
I wish I was Benjamin
But
Button.
it fucking sucks when the good news is bullshit.
Okay, yeah.
When the good news is absolute bullshit.
When it's a joke, yeah. When people are lying and there is no good news.
Yeah, or the good news is something stupid that,
Exactly.
It's
when it's a feel good, yeah.
Okay. I think you give your son way too much explorative liberties. Sometimes as a kid, you just need to be told no. You just need to behave.
Yeah.
You just need to behave.
Yeah.
And that's why I think sometimes with you, there's a area where you can have more rigid, bright lines, because if you don't,
you're gonna get a kid running wild.
I don't think anything good's gonna happen.
Okay, so where
you need to have a kid that the first thing I'm thinking of is yesterday when we were leaving the restaurant, and then he wanted to go look at the roof. That's just a situation where you don't go look at the roof. In my opinion.
Oh, we didn't go on the roof.
Well, I know you didn't go on the roof, but like you took this whole side detour because he wanted to look at the roof grader, and I'm like, this kid doesn't give a fuck about the roof. He wants to do something that the rest of us aren't doing because he's exploring like boundaries and what he can get away with and what he can like self-actualize.
That one, I'm like,
it's a silly example. But it's like, no, we're walking this way. We're going back up to JJ's house. We're not gonna.
Can you give me a better one? Like, I want one from in the restaurant. I want you to get me good from in the restaurant.
In the restaurant, I mean, listen, in my heart, I kind of want to say allowing him to eat under the table was inappropriate. But at that point, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
I do kind of, like, I truly, like, yeah. I want to even, like, fire you at that one. But and I said the other day, like, because I used to be a 10-year-old with a 1-year-old brother, 11-year-old with a 1-year-old brother. So I know what it's like to have a crazy kid and like understand that you don't know until you know. So I do reserve a lot of judgments for parents, and I wanted to judge you for letting your son eat underneath the table, but I just knew that was the best way to approach it. But it shouldn't be acceptable, right? Because like there does need to be a situation where it's like, no, we don't do that. Like that's not what we do. We're gonna sit here. Oh, speaking of.
Wow. Yeah.
What is happening right now?
Hey, Al. We're live.
Hey, Loop. How's it going? The star of the show himself.
Yep.
What's that?
You pet the kitty cats and they want to rate.
Wow.
Want to say hi to everyone on the podcast real quick?
Here we go.
Say hi.
How you doing? We're talking about yesterday when you were at the restaurant.
Hi.
Do you remember?
Hi.
Okay, Al.
Can't talk too much into this.
Really?
Yeah,
oh.
he really wants to come over.
Wow.
Well,
What a sweet
we're doing a
boy.
podcast right now, so we got to get back to it, okay, buddy? Okay, love you, dude.
See, that was a great assertion. What you did was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
If we weren't live, you would be like, well, this is a USB hub.
Well,
so what it does is it powers from the main USB and it draws into all of this hub and all of these do you know wires? Wires are made of little bits of metal.
That is exactly what I would do.
That
is exactly what I would do.
Way too fucking hard into explanations.
I love it.
Way too hard into explanations. It's absolutely nonsensical. It's absolutely nonsensical.
Okay, so.
And then the thing is you go hard on certain things and then you don't go hard enough on other things.
Okay.
And listen, you got me on a roll. You got me on a roll.
I know. Keep going. I'm taking notes.
Do
you like that? No, the roof thing. See, the roof thing is I went over there and I explained to him why he couldn't get on the roof. So I went over there and I was like, okay, so listen, there's public areas and there's not public areas.
Right.
We don't know how safe this roof is. I got to get back. I'm turning so I can see you.
Sure.
So I can look in your fucking eyes while you berate me for my parenting. No, you're being very fair right now.
Am I being fair?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I'm not saying anything
honestly,
crazy.
The stuff that you've said so far, I'm like, well, I have a different position. There's nothing where I'm like, yep, it's the things you're saying are things I've thought about and I'm pretty comfortable with.
Parent. You're not a bad parent. You're doing
overindulgent.
Yes, you're way overindulgent on explaining because I think you think that he will internalize these little parts and it's all useful.
Well,
when I think it muddies the point. It really muddies the point.
What I want to say is at this point, if you ask him what do humans breathe, he'll tell you oxygen. And if you ask him what do plants breathe, he'll say carbon dioxide and they breathe out oxygen. Like he knows that shit at this point and he's like 3.5. So like I get that it's like maybe 3% or maybe 5%. And as the years go on, it'll be 7% and then 12% will stick and this stuff. But like there are things he's picked up on that he can do. Like he can do crazy talks. He can go into the computer. He can open crazy talks. He knows how to exit out of the two menus. Sure. He knows how to load up, find the characters and load them up. So like,
Crazy Talks is a software where you can manipulate faces.
Yeah, you can like load in a face and then map it, and then like load in a script, like record a voice, and then it'll map the mouth to do the thing.
Okay.
So I totally do hear you, where it's like it's overkill, but I'd rather overkill than underkill, and so like that's kind of my MO. In a public setting, there's impact on other people.
Oh
and
yeah,
so
like
it's
The Rock. The Rock.
Oh God, yeah. Do you want to give that? Do you want to dive
There
into
was
that?
this lovely Asian family just playing on the rock.
Beautiful, folks.
There's this big old rock. And this lovely Asian family. They're just having a time playing on the rock. Tyler and Lupin come in and just dominate the entire experience. I mean, it is a public rock. Like, that is okay. It is a public rock. It's there for everybody. But because when you enter a social situation, you bring immense energy and immense gravity. You're magnetic, okay? It's a good thing and a bad thing.
Oh yeah.
You bring a lot. So you dominate this rock. You get on top of it. You're like Lupin is like trying to get up. You're like making a whole thing about it. And you just kind of
They did all back up. They did all back off.
You take
and just
this
watch.
nice moment that this family is enjoying as a family, and then you just completely domineer. And the mom, she wasn't even looking at her own child. She just was staring at you.
Yeah.
She was just staring at you with, I don't even think it was hate. It was almost disgust.
You know what I want to say though? Did you see the dad got up on the rock and he helped the kids get up on the rock?
After the fact, yeah.
And I don't think he would have done it if I didn't go up there.
Maybe not.
I don't think so.
You are a
I
harbinger.
forced
You are a
them
harbinger of progress.
to not be giant pussies.
That's fine.
And
that's fine. But
yeah.
you got up there and you were like,
oh yeah.
You're like, can you strike a pose? Can you strike a pose? Can you say, staying alive? Staying alive.
Dude, last night
and the
Allison,
mom is just looking at you. And I told him that it was a perfect microcosm of like American geopolitics. Like
Sure.
the Asians, they were having a great time on the rock. They were doing all this good stuff. The American comes in, makes it all about himself. Strike a pose, do this whole thing. And then it was like, all right, done
Allison
with that.
last night she had a picture of it and she said, "So Tyler, you can't keep doing this. You can't keep doing this." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Think about what it looks like." And I'm like, "What are you talking? You know, like this?"
Sure.
But there's a pointing finger on it.
I think she's being.
I held my line and was like,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna do that
No,
four times more
Yeah.
now because you asked me to not do it. So I'm sorry.
No,
but
I think you can do that. But
I think you can
but
do
also weird pose. Like, why would that be? That's pretty like that's very strange that would be your pose.
it's because it's a hidden Nazi symbol.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
It's because it
I
is
got
a
you.
you know,
Yeah, she called you out.
She called
You're dog
me out.
whistling.
Yep.
You're actively dog whistling.
actively dog whistling. Yeah.
No, it really. I don't know. Even you really had to be there to see the disgust
Sure.
of the Asian woman's face. It was truly funny. It was funny because you're just so obnoxiously took over the entire situation from this family.
I would have helped her kids up. Her kids could have come up with me.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
but it was dangerous up there. It was very dangerous.
I just think everybody should be a little more. I want to give people the gift of being outgoing by being so outgoing that they have to be more outgoing.
That's
you
fine.
know?
No, you are.
And I think it worked with them.
You are a great energetic force, and that's for good and for evil.
It's for good and
Most
for
of it's
evil.
just for self-service.
So okay, so what I want to touch on really quick with the parenting though is like the reorienting in the was there anything with like the trying to keep him busy, keep him focused, like was there anything there where you're like, that wasn't very good, you could have done this instead of that? And like when I finally just left the restaurant, were you like, bad move, or were you like, that makes sense at this point?
I don't know. It's like if you're kids are weird. Like they're not sensical. Like it's not, the progress is not linear or elevated on one sort of thing. So it's like if he's smart enough to open up crazy talk or no carbon dioxide or whatever this, he in theory then should have these other things that he should be educated on, like such as social settings or times where you need to just kind of suck it up.
So can I just draw a really quick parallel really quick?
For sure, yeah.
Me.
Well,
Think about me.
I know you're building another you, and that's a problem.
I mean, listen,
That's a literal
guy,
problem.
I wasn't built. I was designed.
You were forged.
I was forged.
You were forged by two
in the
very,
fires
very
of
bad people.
Hell.
No, I know. It just
it's the thing is
you
like,
gotta rein him in and tell him, hey, no, like
yeah.
you gotta.
I do that around safety. I pretty much just do it around safety. I do it around safety mostly.
Yeah, and that's fine.
It's
But you're indulging it and you're making it a little bit worse, I think. But I come from a very strict fucking family
Sure,
where
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's exhibited, we have two different sets of dysfunction.
I think what it is
You're too much and I'm not enough.
it really depends on how he adjusts in the next like year or two. Like if
Yeah.
he's capable of taking those directions at 4 and 5, where he's at now is fine, but if I fuck up his ability to socialize properly now and he doesn't, then I fucked up. So like time will kind of tell. Like if he gets smart enough to understand social settings, then I think it's okay.
Well, he will, but you just have to keep. You just have to keep looking. Yeah, there was a couple other things. There was some hitting. There was some hitting that wasn't like completely tamped down on.
Where at?
Well, I love you, Al, but this was more Al.
Oh, okay.
He hit her, and she didn't like.
Oh.
She didn't like. No, hey, that's not acceptable. Like he hit out of anger, and
Whoa.
she kind of let it fly.
Oh yeah, that doesn't fly with me.
I was just like,
I get crazy. I get really intense when he does that.
I was like, I mean, it was during the whole I have to pee thing. I have a bidet, and so he accidentally pressed the bidet when
that one is so.
And
so
the water shot up, and he got kind of spooked by it.
Yeah.
But then he just would not go pee in my toilet anymore. You tried to do everything you could.
We were almost gonna have to like straight up leave. Like it was like
yeah.
we were like we'd exhausted like 8 out of 10 options.
Well, because then at that point it's like, well, what do? You can't force the kid to pee. That's child abuse.
Yeah. Well,
when you start forcing a child to pee in a certain manner like that, you can't really. That's not a bright line that you can.
We got a Dylan. Hey, baby.
Hey, our boy's on lunch.
We love a lunch. We love a good lunch. What are you eating for lunch, Dylan?
Dylan is always trying to eat because our boy is out here doing 3D art projects.
Oh, yeah.
Following his dreams.
Oh, fuck.
Dylan, are you in school? I think you might be in school. Is that right? But no, I thought the good things though are, the good things are the bad things. Like it is really nurturing to treat your child as an actual person rather than a possession that you, because I said so all the time, sort of shit, So that is good that you give him that autonomy, and especially like I had a lot of minds about the he kept pulling his pants down. It was like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And Al was like, no, you got to pull your pants up. You got to pull your pants up or I'm not giving you bubble gum. And I was just thinking like, I guess it's probably best for him to pull his own pants up. Like just him as a person, probably. I don't love it. I think that's completely unacceptable to take your pants down right now in a public setting. But I guess pull your pants up yourself. I'm going to allow you to do that. Self-respect. That's a rough one. You get into these ethical dilemmas all the time.
Like, it's really about, like, getting them... It's really about getting them to make the decision and take the action, because that's, like... Now you're not going to struggle against that anymore. You're going to, win. You're going to win the war instead of the battle. And so it's really about, like, the style of parenting really is about winning the war, which means it looks like you lose a lot of battles, but you don't really know if you won the war until a year or two later.
Right.
And that's where it's like,
you can't always
in a
tell
year
in
or
real
two,
time.
we'll kind of know, like, okay, did this work, or is he just...
But that time it's too late.
Exactly. If it didn't work, you're like...
I would say tighten the reins a little bit.
Tighten the reins.
I would say tighten the reins just a little bit. Like, really just take some... Especially, like, the toy, the whipping. Like, it's like if he's smart enough to open...
should have pulled it.
If he's smart enough to open Crazy Talks and do all this stuff, he should be smart enough to understand... You're hitting people. You're hurting people. I keep asking you to not do this. You keep doing it. It's like
there's this tricky thing though, where like the physicality.
It's like, is he smart or is he not? You know what I mean? Like,
well,
it's like
there's like intellectual
you keep just
intelligence.
Completely disobeying.
There's intellectual intelligence, but then there's like this spontaneous physical energy. Like
there was a cat toy and he just was whipping that shit around.
But you would see,
I've got a tiny little.
He would
kid.
put it on the ground. He would listen, and then you'd hear him. He'd get excited, and he'd start to laugh, and then he would just kind of like freak out. And so like when you watch him for a long enough time, you really start to see like, oh, he's like kind of losing control of his body a little bit. Like
there was some.
He like freaks out like that, and you're like, okay, so what does that mean? It was halfway
that, but it was also halfway just I'm gonna start.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do.
And I feel like
no, we could have pulled that.
It went
sooner.
on. It was like 130%. It could, about 30%. That 30% could have been skimmed off.
Ooh, graduated gunsmithing cert with honors from SDI. What's up?
Come on, baby.
My friend.
I thought you were in school.
Bravo, my friend.
Let's go. Oh, well, we've got a story then that we'll maybe want to bring you in on here. But, overall, I would say solid B. Not B plus, not B minus.
I'll take it.
Any parent, they've got their ups and downs.
Yeah. I'll take that.
Yeah, solid B.
It's a
solid B for sure.
It's a big weird experiment. Because I have actually been a lot more strict in the past, and it was not working.
Yeah.
It was really not working. Like, one huge thing with him is, like, body autonomy. Like, if he's starting to, like, in that moment that you saw when he was, like, getting activated, like, the toilet thing, if I would have...
Kid would not piss in the toilet.
If I would have picked him up in that moment, he
would have
would
been
have had
melted,
what looked to you like a possession seizure.
Yeah.
And he probably would have vomited.
You have to be like actual like strategic. You have to do a lot of flanking.
And so it's like trying to like compromise on those two things.
You've seen what works and what doesn't.
Yeah. Taking things away is something that you can do, but taking away control of his body is something that you can't do.
Sure.
So there's like lines for him, and we're kind of still trying to sort out what works and what doesn't. So the cat thing totally could have pulled that off earlier, and that is like, that one's on me. I'm glad. I appreciate that you don't have a lot of negative around like how we did the toilet thing, because like I wish you have.
Yeah, what could you do?
Yeah.
What could you do?
You don't know how close we were to like.
I thought you were saying you don't know how tiny his dick is. I couldn't even if I wanted to.
Oh my god.
No, but you were about to go home, maybe.
Well, yeah, possibly. We kind of
see, but when a child learns that they can control the entire outcome, and get what they want, like that's when they start manipulating.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't even, and then this kid didn't even fucking pee for about an hour later.
Yeah.
So it's like, did he even need to go pee? Probably, but his tiny little kidneys can only hold so much. That's not where your urine is stored, but
bladder,
yeah,
bladder.
Kidneys are part of it.
So I don't know that.
What was that about though? Was that about control?
It maybe was. He's having a ton of power stuff right now. Yeah, ton of power stuff.
It was very strange.
Big limbic.
He didn't key for a long time. He didn't
limbic
pee for a long time.
Ooh.
But no, overall good. I mean,
I had a good time.
We're kind of beating a dead horse. But
I had a good time. That was a good time. I don't know. I didn't have much that wasn't funny. Just the only thing that wasn't funny.
I would like to hang out without him though.
Yeah, we should do that.
Because with a kid, it takes up 80% of the shit.
It's kid time. Yeah.
It's not. Nothing is not.
Well, and that's why eventually I was like, I'm gonna leave the restaurant so you guys can actually have a good time for a little while and just talk and be adults.
And that was good. That was good. Yeah.
Because it's like, and that's where the outside stuff is really nice, because it's like we can all kind of be adults while he's a kid.
Right.
Instead of like, there's not all the social rules that you're supposed to follow. And the problem with the social rules is like, some people don't give a shit. Some people are like, oh, does he want to like jump on me and like spit in the air? And they're like, oh, that's fine. And then other people are like, I'm gonna kill your kid with a hammer.
You're just you're creating a person that is not is a little
not socialized.
Yeah, there's a little bit too much individualism happening, and that's how we get here.
See, well, literally with me. Yeah. See, that's the thing.
That's when it becomes, and not to bring up old daggies, but that's when it becomes, it's your world and we're all living in it.
Sure.
That's where it becomes that.
Yeah, there's a fine balance. I like who I am quite a bit, and I would change some things. I would change some things, but I wouldn't change too many. And one of them that I wouldn't change is that I break a lot of social boundaries. Yeah. I think it's one of my strong suits.
You are a very special person. Like, you really are. Like, you just inject energy. You are an energy injector, and there's never a time where things aren't more lively, entertaining, or fun because of your presence. Like sometimes it's a little bit annoying because you can't just like vibe and chill. It's always got to be like level 10 or 11. But it's like when it's level 10 or 11, like you're living. You're actually living. Like to be around you is to live.
Oh, thank you. It's kind of like being around a kid. Being around me is kind of like being around a kid.
Yeah, you're an inquisitive guy.
Anyways, enough about kid. Enough about me. What wasn't funny for you this week?
I mean, just generalized anxiety, thinking things over and over again that aren't helpful. You know, just the normal shit, the nightmares. I don't know.
Shout out to Bucebrone.
Shout out to Bucebrone. I'm not on Bucebrone.
I know you're not, but
maybe I should be.
I'm begging you to just give it a shot.
You recommend too many drugs to me that I can't.
Okay, but this is the one drug that I've stayed on for like more than 2 years.
Yeah, but is that real?
Is that real?
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
Okay, because I can never track with you.
Yeah, it's real. I tried to quit one. I quit one time, and here's the thing: all the reasons that I was like quitting, I was like, oh, I can't connect with my music. Oh, I can't, connect with. I've connected with music so many times since that point, and been like, I'm passionate as fuck, and I love this. Yeah. Okay. So I was experiencing. I might be bipolar. I'm technically
You
diagnosed
are
bipolar.
definitely bipolar.
I'm diagnosed bipolar.
Did that hurt your feelings when I asked if you were manic today?
No,
Okay,
not
all
at all.
right. I can tell when you're
literally
manic.
never does.
Okay, good.
It doesn't. You won't ever hurt my
Okay.
feelings.
I can tell when you're manic.
But
You're just really fucking. You're thumping.
hyper focused. I'm
You are
going.
thumping.
Do.
You're like choo choo. You're like a fucking. You're like one
It's
of.
hard for people sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
No, but we're getting it. We hung out 3 times this week.
Yeah.
This being the 3rd. So
yeah.
that was
Wow.
good. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Good times. Good times. Great oldies.
Music was good. Podcast is good.
Yeah, we're doing some music.
Good
It's
time was
hard. The
good.
music is hard. It's like I don't know. We have such great, undeniable chemistry. It's just like sometimes we need to have processes in order to execute. And
I'm loving the fascist. We started a thing now where
one of us gets to be
one
the
of us gets to be the
fascist.
fascist during our music time, and it just means like their decision goes, and that to me is like so perfect because it shuts
is
down
good.
all the debates
I'm
because we
so
have
excited
so
to be
many
the
debates.
fascist next
I
week.
know he gets to be the fascist next week.
You
It's gonna
go
be-
so hard into all these different little.
Mm-hmm.
These different little avenues, and I'm like, can
I
we
know.
get to the fucking trolley?
Yeah.
I don't want to look at the piece of gum on the wall that looks like a raven. I don't want that.
I know you don't.
That's what you want.
It's so nice to be the fascist sometimes.
It is.
Yeah, it's
God,
good.
it's
I'm
good.
excited. I'm even excited for you to be the fascist. That's the thing. It's not like I just love being the fascist. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love being the
Sure.
fascist. But I just
A lot of responsibility in being the
I
fascist.
like that it's like Brooks no argument. It's like we're just doing this, and that's
Right.
so good for our dynamic. It's like I'm really excited about fascism.
Folks, if you have a situation where you're trying to work together as a team, you got to just have somebody making the decisions.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
And you can rotate.
We can't listen. We have great chemistry. We have great creativity, but with the execution, we've been trying to get this song released. These 2 songs released for. I wrote one of them in fucking 2021,
Holy
and then the
shit.
other one, we wrote like
At
over a
Christmas
year,
2
like
years ago?
We're talking about like
Christmas a
16
year
months,
and a
and we
half, yeah.
still haven't gotten them done, and that's like a problem. That's a problem. The workflow, it's been over a year since we played a live show.
Wow.
I know. It really is very sad.
Oh yeah. Oh
It's really
yeah.
sad.
Cinco de Mayo.
Not Cinco de Mayo, the Leprechaun one.
Oh
The
wait.
Leprechaun,
Oh
yeah.
shit. Oh
I
yeah.
know. Cinco de Mayo was before that. Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo.
Or
was-
wait.
Wait.
That was greater than that was greater. That was yeah.
Okay.
Because Cinco de Mayo was still working in Seattle.
Oh, so that was
Yeah.
a year and a half ago?
That was a year and a half ago. That was a
Or-
long time ago.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, because last year.
Or- yeah.
Yeah, last year I was trying to.
Jesus
Yeah, no.
Christ.
Anyway, we're not a news show. Here's some things you should know. Enough indulge. I don't know. Maybe this isn't.
Are we
We're
self-indulgent?
just we're self-indulging.
Do you guys like this? Dylan, he's been making some cool collapsing swords that are made out of a material that is rubber-like, but you can beat each other with them and not break. That's honestly,
That's good shit.
we should buy a set of those. How much you charge for those swords, Dylan? And where can we sell your stuff? Where can we?
I'd
Is
like
there
to know.
is there a link that we can highlight? Is there where's it at? Where's it at,
make a
baby?
little store.
Yeah.
All right. Sobering statistic.
Almost there, buddy. Almost there,
It's
but
just-
not quite.
Well, it's not my fault. It's
Well,
not
you
my
just gotta
fault.
suck that one side in a little bit.
No, it's not as easy as you think.
No,
big
no,
guy.
no. You were there, but you just had to suck in the side by dragging on it a little bit.
Listen.
There you go.
Listen.
There you go.
Don't tell me.
Oh, that's it. That's it right there. That's
That
how
is
you do
good.
it every time from now on. All the way to the right and then
Yeah.
drag it out.
No, that's
That's the move.
We came to that at the same time.
Nice.
That's nice.
Nice.
We're firing the same cylinder.
Boom.
Sobering
baby.
statistic: 1/5 of pollinators in North America are at extinction risk. So I'm just gonna go out on a whim here. I'm not trying to be daft. Okay, I'm really not.
Okay.
It's kind of like shit or get off the pot with all this bee fear. Are the bees fucking? Is it a Bees have been in this horrible status for like going on a decade. I'm kind of sick of it.
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
fire
kinda
back
fucking
on you
sick
and
at
be
it.
like, before World War II, it was probably like, oh gosh, we're really freaked out about this for a while, but
Now-
it has been like a full
while.
decade.
So
Yeah.
now we're getting into butterflies, bees, and moths because they're this bee through line is not.
Wait, butterflies, bees, and moths?
I guess many
Moths?
butterflies,
Wait,
bees,
are
and moths
pollinators?
apparently, bro, are fluttering into oblivion.
Did anyone else note?
That's okay. Again,
pretty good.
sometimes
I
we
like
see
that.
journalists that wanted to be creative writers and never got their chance.
They
A new
mix them
report
together.
by a Canadian researcher warns that more than 1/5 of pollinator species are at risk of extinction out of 759 pollinators. Wow. That's a lot of pollinators.
I mean, I feel like a fifth of pollinators. That's not that many.
Yeah.
Can't we do with 80%?
I mean, that would be 80%.
Can we do with 80%?
Animals critical. It's the 80-20 rule. Animals critical for food production and healthy ecosystems. More than 10% were at some level of risk or extinction. Okay, well now.
Whoa.
10%. That's 10%. That's not 1/5. What are we talking about? And then of the 1,579 pollinators assessed in the United States, 22.5% were found to be at. There's a lot of pollinators happening.
Yeah.
Study is the most comprehensive look at North American pollinators and their conservation status to date. Let's see.
Klimko.
Commonly known pollinators which transfer pollen from one flower to another. Yeah, we know. Are bees, butterflies, and moths. But they also.
Didn't know the moths.
I didn't know about moths.
I didn't know about moths.
They also include vertebrates such as hummingbirds and bats. Wow.
Okay, so hummingbirds, you know.
I don't want to see
I
hummingbirds go anywhere.
Neither do I.
They're great.
Beautiful.
Does anybody have a single problem with a hummingbird? I don't.
I don't think anyone does.
I don't. They've got great.
My dad always
brand.
told me a story about how he caught a hummingbird and it like got hurt, and then he
just wrung its neck.
He just wrung its neck and ate it raw. No, he
Sometimes
had it in his hand.
you have to take the
He had it in
more
his hand like
graceful
this,
approach.
and he thought it was dead, and then it opened one eye and looked at him, and closed its eye, and opened the eye and looked at him again, and then it turned its head, and then it jumped up, and it stood there for like 5 seconds, and then it flew off.
Okay.
Which
I think
like,
your dad
damn,
was
that's
lying.
Sick. Yeah.
I think that's a story that someone says to get attention.
Definitely could have been a lie.
Hey, but your dad might have been reading the 48 Laws of Power. Court attention at all costs.
Court attention at all costs.
That's good. That's good shit.
First, we're gonna get into the 48 Laws of Power.
Flower flies and beetles are relatively secure from extinction. Thank God. Need more beetles. I've always said that. But all
Wait,
three
beetles are
pollinating
pollinators
bats
too?
I guess so. I've seen
All three pollinating bats?
Wow. How many bats are there?
What in the fuck?
The 17 hummingbird species studied have seen a population decline, but their numbers are high enough that they don't qualify for an at-risk status. I mean, okay, listen, again, I'm going to sound daft. I really am. Do we, and maybe we do, but do we need people to like ascertain the different types of hummingbirds? And isn't that kind of like a false economy? You know what I mean? There's probably a lot of biological ecosystem shit that I'm missing. But do we need someone to get paid $100,000 to know the distinct differences between 17 different hummingbirds?
Okay, so here's the thing.
I think probably, but I'd like to actually question, do we need that?
Okay, so
Steel man me, please. I'd love it.
The answer here is going to be that you don't know until you know what's important.
Sure.
Right? You don't know until you know what's important. And so you've seen with medications, it's like, oh yeah, no, this is a sleep aid, but it'll also this started out as a blood thinner, but now it's actually like perfect.
We
for
could
this.
use the oils that secrete from the beaks to power vehicles.
And there's tons
one day
of,
we could all be on
tons
hummingbird
of weird
fuel.
shit like
and they
that,
move so
where
quick,
it's like,
so it kind of makes sense.
we just have to kind of try and figure everything out, because we don't have like in terms of chemical engineering and chemistry, we don't really know what's what. We don't have a comprehensive underpinning knowledge of why everything works the way it is. And a lot of times we're just I guess look at the beetle shellac. Shellac is used in a billion different things, and it's just a goddamn beetle secretes it on their shell.
Yeah, okay. I like that. I like
so
that.
There's
Kinda
all
what I
these
was saying
weird,
about the beaks.
Exactly.
Okay.
So there's this weird
So
shit that
we can harvest and extort, or we can not the word, not extort, extract, but also exploit. We can exploit.
Yes,
we can exploit.
And
these
that's always
natural
what we
things.
want to do.
Okay.
We want to exploit. That's the big one with space too. it's like, goddamn, we are going to have to spend so much money before we're like operating in space. But then you think about like we have free vacuum in space. We have objects that have been exposed to vacuum for millions of years. We have all these new environments and all these new things. We have access to lots of solar radiation. We have all this crazy shit that's like once we get to space, we're going to figure out a bunch of weird shit and it's going to be good for us on the planet.
You think?
Manufacturing in zero gravity is going to get pretty crazy because you're not fighting. You have free vacuum. Tons of manufacturing requires vacuum. We have to spend so much time, so much energy.
The folks at Ziploc are in shambles. They have a lobby group actively against NASA. They have sleeper cells. It's really some insidious shit.
So it's just tricky. And then also like there's these longer term, like deeper understanding things where it's like, understanding the genetics between different species, and like if we're gonna break into like real CRISPR shit where we're like, in 450 years we're gonna be like octopus people with like 8-foot long glowing dicks.
I'm really scared about that.
And like we're not gonna get those 8-foot long glowing dicks unless we know about the 28,000 different hummingbird species, and we pick the one that has the right glowing dick.
And then we can start actually manufacturing the hummingbird species that we want.
Exactly.
That's how I got a sphinx.
Cock-sucking.
Okay, really quick.
Hummingbirds.
In the 60s, that's when sphinxes were created by like a Canadian in the 60s. I mean, there's other like ways that
wild.
It's happened, it's
pretty wild.
But that's when it really started happening in the 60s. And that's some crazy shit.
It's a genetic mutation.
Less than 100 years ago.
Because you see them and you're like, oh, definitely Mexico or like South America.
Yeah,
like
or
maybe
Russian
Africa,
sphinxes are like a big thing.
Something like that. But it's like, no, there was a
Canadian
guy that was like,
in the 60s.
does anybody else have a hairless cat that can fuck my hairless cat?
Well, that wouldn't be his voice, but I do.
And then they're like, yeah, I've got a hairless cat that can fuck
and then people in Minnesota. In Minnesota.
And Minnesota
the
and
nicest
Canada.
people, but
very nice.
The most horrific.
And so then
cats.
the cat's fucked, and now there's sphinxes all over the place. Fast forward 60 years.
Extremely beautiful cat species.
Polar affectation zyga.
Okay, that's not real.
Thanks, buddy.
We can't go with that. I do want to. Speaking of cats, though, I do have something I did want to show really quick. I found this on Reddit.
Okay,
so,
I'd like to see it.
This is just something that we can all.
Is it a cat penis?
It's not a cat penis. Okay. It's not a cat penis, but it is
pretty close.
You're actually pretty. You're closer than you would think. Ah! God damn! I
really
dropped it.
Just go all the way to the right. Just go.
This is good.
Okay. Oh no! Wait, one more time.
That'll ruin your day.
One more time.
That will really ruin your day.
That was in.
That's a problem. That's really a problem.
The problem is the cat wasn't even like,
It wasn't even phased.
Yeah. Which it makes.
How did it go
like,
in so like? Is that must be rubbery?
Maybe
like, one more time,
it just
like,
kind of squashed it.
Okay.
Maybe it just kind of squashed.
It could have been a squash.
It was a squash.
I'd like to.
The odds of that fully inserting.
And no residue. I'm sorry to be disgusting here, folks, but I really am trying to. Yeah. Ascertain the exact situation that we just saw.
Have a really high propensity for getting their ass on shit you don't want them to.
Yeah,
especially your face. They just really like to get the ass in the face. They love it. You got my news? You got my news for me?
I've got your news, but I just the news was not good this week. This is barely even news. It's just a video. It's just a video. I meant to let you do the B one. So I'm sorry.
No.
You would have done it better, I feel like.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Here we go. We got nurses cleaning newborns during an earthquake.
Kind of vibes like you're on a ship a little bit.
Right.
Which really is how it vibes. I remember I was probably 12 when the big earthquake. Were you in Washington for that one?
I was not actually.
You were not.
I was not.
But you remember that one?
I do remember it.
I think it probably affected you too, didn't it?
Well, I had family over here, but I was actually living in Italy at the time. Funny enough.
The crazy part for me that I'll never forget is like
earthquakes do be wild, though.
You don't think the ground is capable of rolling.
Absolutely.
You really are not like, yeah, the ground rolls.
Well, here's the thing. Living in Washington, like, we're going to get ass blasted by an earthquake, like, at one point. It's not if, it's when.
Yeah, and it's just one of those fun ones where you're like,
all right.
Okay, so, okay.
But I just thought this was kind of funny because, it
seems like it goes on for a long time, too.
Well, I was just thinking, like, I'm imagining one of the nurses was like, God, all these babies are crying. I just wish there was a way I could rock them all to sleep. Yeah. But then,
Sure.
and then also it's like, well, you don't want to rock them too hard because then shaken baby syndrome. You know, a lot of stuff at play here.
Sure. Yeah, no, I get I get, you know, I think I've probably talked about it, but the shaken baby syndrome, you're like, oh man, that's like awful. There's no way that would ever happen to me if I was a parent. But then like you have a baby that cries for 4 hours straight.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And you get you
get sleep deprived as well.
And then you get like desperate and you're like, what can I do that
you don't know until you know with kids. I really try to embody that.
It's tricky.
I mean, I would never think to leave a kid in the car, but so many people do it. That at some point your brain gets so altered to what is right that you think that's an okay idea. There's people that leave their kids and they go gambling. Complete degenerates. But to them, they're like, what's the big deal?
Well, I feel like 30 years ago it was probably chill as fuck to leave your kids in the car, wasn't it? Like, was it ever? Was
not
it never
for them.
chill?
It gets hot.
Was it never chill to leave your kids in the car?
I don't think it was ever chill.
Okay, so everybody was always like, you should not leave your kids in the car.
That is, pretty conventional.
You ever driving around in a car in like a fucking borderline tornado and like there's some like soft jazz playing and there's like warm air blowing out of your heater and you're like, Jesus Christ, we have come so far. I just had this experience driving home from like Grand Mound, Washington, which I think is
you just felt like you weren't even like a person. You were just like a sophisticated weird being.
I keep getting this like surreal feeling when I'm driving on the freeway in cars and I'm just like
this isn't how we're supposed to live.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like
but we get to.
If we get to live this way, then anything can live anyway. Like, you know, and it's like we've got like one possible timeline for like how things panned out on our planet. But I just keep thinking about alien planets when I'm like driving on the freeway going 70 miles an hour and the water on the freeway was like turning into mist off the tires and like there's soft jazz playing. There's always soft jazz playing. I'm always playing soft jazz. And the heat's coming out and it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's just like, what the fuck, man?
It is surreal.
It just, the whole thing, like if you remove the context of your childhood and your life and like the normalization of everything that you're in, do you ever get that where it's like that context and that normalization slips away and you're like, whoa,
absolutely,
whoa. Like right now we have 2 screens sitting in front of us and we have a camera that's taking this image. It's just fucking all wild. It's just
I'm really happy that you started doing ketamine therapy.
This is a new bit.
It's really good. Also just one kind of, I mean, this isn't really funny and we don't do a lot of political shit here, folks, for obvious reasons, but have you heard about this whole Studio Ghibli thing?
What? No.
Well, so everybody is like using this new AI filter to take images and make it into, is it Ghibli or Ghibli?
I think
Ghibli?
I've heard it both ways a million times.
It's like GIF and GIF.
I think it's Ghibli.
Okay, Studio Ghibli AI filter is like this hot new thing that's everywhere.
It's like, been that's been a thing for like 18 months though.
No, it hasn't.
I mean, I used the Ghibli filter 18 months ago.
Did you?
Yeah, maybe it wasn't hot as fuck.
Okay, no, it's hot as fuck right now. Like in fact, Studio Ghibli actually did, or Miyazaki did a cease and desist to like OpenAI or like the world or
that's good.
Whatever. Like
that's good.
So it really is in the social zeitgeist right now.
Are they gonna enforce it?
I don't know really how you can because so many people are doing it. Like people are like on Facebook like, oh, I got my wedding photos Studio Ghibli eyes.
Well,
like,
I mean, it's up to the AI the image generators to like implement.
Yeah,
that.
but like, well, here's the thing: is like copyrighted stuff. These guys have an incentive to be able to not do it because like. Right now, actually, OpenAI is trying to remove the tape on being able to do copyrighted material because they're like, if we don't do it, China's just going to do it, and then we're going to lose the AI war in like a lot of regards, in regard to this especially. So, but I just thought this was funny because this is literally from the White House's Twitter.
Oh my!
It's literally
God.
The White House is trying to like be fucking.
Oh my!
Hip with the time. This is literally.
God.
Folks, this is literally the White House's Twitter.
Holy shit.
It's nothing is safe anymore. Nothing is safe. Nothing is sacred.
This is the new MO. I mean, you guys have seen some of the shit the White House has posted, I'm sure, but
shit.
It's fully unhinged. Like,
wait, is there more stuff the White House has posted? I haven't really.
Oh my God, yeah, they post all sorts of fucking crazy shit. Yeah.
I saw one thing where one of the ladies who's whatever she like went to Guantanamo Bay and was using all the prisoners as a backdrop. And she was like, if you try to get into this country illegally, this will happen to you. And they're just like in the back, like it was very rough stuff.
Yeah.
Very rough stuff. And I just was thinking, if there was not those bars there, you would get ripped to shreds.
Yeah.
You would literally get like imaginably like horrifically disfigured by those people.
Yeah.
Because they should be locked behind there. I don't
it's-
know enough about it, but
it's so
it didn't read well.
My whole thing is like radical empathy and the ability to set boundaries at the same time, like both of those things. And this is all boundaries, no empathy, for sure.
Right.
It's
Well, and here, this is actually, I mean, they didn't do a bad job. They didn't do a bad job. It's an actual, it's a fentanyl dealer.
Oh my God.
It's a I mean, what is going on with her?
God.
Like, did she have plastic surgery?
I feel like she's actually really happy in the picture on the left. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
I feel
her
like she
high
just
as
won $1
fuck
million.
on fentanyl.
She just won $1
She's
million.
as high as possible on fentanyl.
Well, no, I feel like that's the look before you cry because you won $1 million.
Okay, I could see it. I could definitely see it. Absolutely. Like, it all came to this.
Man.
And then this is when she's like, wait, did I leave the ticket at home? Where's the ticket? Where's the ticket? Anyway.
38-year-old.
Fentanyl kills 250,000 Americans a year.
Yeah, fentanyl's
Purportedly.
not good. It's not good. It sure is not good, folks.
Is this who you would imagine is dealing fentanyl?
I mean, one thing I'll say is I would not fuck with her. I feel like she
Definitely
would
not.
beat my ass.
Definitely not.
Yeah. If
She's a bad bitch for sure.
If you were gonna select a female fentanyl dealer, not a bad selection.
Honestly, and for 36, she looks like she's
pretty good.
She looks like
pretty
she's
young.
3. She looks like she got honey. I shrunk the kids. I blew up the baby, and she's 3.
Jesus Christ.
That's what is giving for me, as the kids say.
See, they aged her up too much in that. It doesn't. The only thing I'll say, they did a pretty good job, but it aged her up a little bit somehow.
Yeah.
She feels like a grandma. But I guess
Okay.
she does kind of have a grandma's face.
She's old and young,
but
at the
her
same time.
skin is.
That's why I was wondering: did she have work? Did she get botched?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably. I mean, if
She
you're,
may have
if you're-
gotten botched.
I feel like you can probably make a lot of money on fentanyl.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you're probably making a decent amount of money on fentanyl. I think that's
Absolutely.
probably why it's so. I think it's so cheap, and they do pass down the savings. I think,
Can
but
you
not
explain
that much.
to me again? I don't understand. Like fentanyl is like, they say like this tiny little amount of fentanyl like is as much as like 11 grains of sand can like kill you.
Yeah.
But they cut fentanyl. They cut drugs with fentanyl, but it's such a low volume thing. But it's
well, until you fuck it up.
Well, yeah, no, but like you can cut something with baby powder, right? Or you can cut something with whatever.
Sure.
But so is it just like they do like less heroin and more fentanyl, so you still get high?
Well,
and then also baby powder.
A lot of times now it's just fentanyl. Like they kind of it's still fentanyl is still getting cut into lots of other drugs, but there was a period of time where it was like, oh, nobody wants to buy fentanyl, and now it's like.
I'll just take the fentanyl.
Could I
I'll
get some
take the
fentanyl, please?
Really? Is
Yeah.
that because heroin is like less available?
It's just more expensive, a lot more expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, and fentanyl is just like easy to
But you know what I'm
produce
saying,
and
like from
highly
a volume
effective.
standpoint. Like how are you cutting it with such a, like you would cut something with something high volume that you can just put a lot of in there. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think I see what you're saying. Like
If it's half cocaine and half baby laxative, the baby laxative is a high volume thing.
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
yeah, but what? So the context of like the fentanyl. What is that? What do you?
The
mean?
11 grains of sand is nothing. You're, like from a volume standpoint, you still people are like, oh, I've got this cocaine, but it. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I do.
You need
I do.
a vehicle, I guess.
Yeah, you do need a vehicle for
So
the
it's
fentanyl. It's always
mostly-
going to be. Well, if you look
It's
at pills,
mostly the powder that's not cocaine.
Yeah.
A little bit of cocaine, and then
and
enough
barely
fentanyl
any fentanyl
to think that you're actually getting cocaine.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then sometimes accidentally they're like, whoops, we put in 40 times too much fentanyl because our little dispenser machine broke, and then it kills like 800 people.
See, well, that's just uneconomical. Also,
you don't
like,
want to
run a better
kill. You don't want to
business.
kill. You don't want to kill your buyers.
clientele. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You don't want to kill your clients.
Okay. I don't know. I was just wondered about
It's
that.
yeah. It's an interesting one. The economics of drugs. I feel like too probably like it's like cocaine. You've got to like run like a nice big farm. Like that's something the CIA can get into, you know.
Sure.
And then like heroin, you've got to run all these poppy fields, and that's something the CIA can get into. But like fentanyl, I think you can.
Shout out Middle East.
I think you can produce it
in a lab.
You can manufacture it in a lab a lot easier. I don't
Bring
think
in
it's
jobs
derived
to
from
America.
opium.
Bring in jobs to America. That is good shit.
I think it's mostly manufactured in China, but I don't.
Is it?
I think so.
See, we need the first mover advantage. Crazy Fist, what's up, baby? Do you know how fentanyl is made?
You got any idea how they make fentanyl, bud?
I don't even know how to spell
We want to
it.
get to the bottom. Fentanyl. How is fentanyl made?
You rattled that off way too quick.
Opioids are a class of drug naturally found in the opium poppy plant. Some opioids are made from the plant directly, and others, like fentanyl, are made in scientist labs using the same chemical structure, semi-synthetic. So it's a synthetic. Yeah, it's not derived.
Crazy Fist, you're not a druggie?
Neither are I.
I mean, with a name like Crazy Fist,
it is not funny content. Yeah, I mean that's that's not funny comedy podcast. We call it that for a reason.
Literally the comedy may occur. That's up to you.
Watched
the
a
good folks at
video
home.
of a guy hitting like 47 people going like 60 miles an hour. It was not funny. It's not fucking funny, man.
Really not funny.
It's not funny, but
Belgium in the late 50s. God damn.
Oh, go Belgium.
Waffles and fentanyl. You never thought those two would be in the same sentence.
And the chocolate.
That's
and
great.
The chocolate. Don't forget about the chocolate.
I'm sorry.
Belgian chocolate.
I got to give Belgium their flowers.
I had a buddy
Thank you.
who had a dad who was from Belgium, and he would always bring back some chocolate. And I have got to say, they do not fuck around over there.
Okay, that's right. I mean, fentanyl was... there was a real reason. It's for surgical use. That makes sense.
Oh, it's fucking great shit.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It's fucking great shit. Just like everything else. Cocaine is great shit.
Sure.
Amphetamines are great shit.
Sure.
All of it's great shit.
It's just when it gets abused.
It's just when it gets abused. Yeah. Like, I mean,
That
if you have got to
Crazy Fist
forced march 200,000 Nazis into Russia, you want to have methamphetamines on hand, okay? You definitely do.
What is a hammer but just a tool?
There you go.
I mean, if you want to build a house, or you could build a crack den, one of the two.
It's like I was thinking the other day about it, and it's like, everybody's saying like, we don't have the resources. We don't have the resources to help people, right?
Sure.
It's like, it's always like, we don't have the resources to help these people. But
Sure.
but we do have a privatized prison system in place where private corporations are profiting off of.
By the way, the prison system is super fucked. It is literally dystopian horrific.
Yeah, it's really not good.
What is it, like the United States has like 25% of incarcerated people?
It's a pretty big in the world, yeah.
It is a sobering statistic.
It truly is.
It's
I think we're on number 12.
We're on
number 12.
This year we're trying to get powerful, so we're trying to bring you along
get
the way.
powerful with Brother Wife.
48 Laws of Power. Let's get into it, baby.
Really quick with Crazy Fist. Belgium is my favorite brother, and we love each other.
Yeah, Crazy Fist is Dutch.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Dutch.
What do you do with those Crazy Fists? I mean, can you actually let us know, Crazy Fist, why did you choose... I mean, because there's obviously the... you could be a boxer. You could be a boxer. You could be a Native American boxer.
Wait. Sorry, I missed something.
Well, Crazy Fist, like, why is his name Crazy Fist?
Oh, why is his Crazy Fist? I mean, there's also one other.
He could be a native... Yeah, well...
There's also one other thing.
He could have made his money in the adult entertainment industry.
36 Crazy Fists was my favorite band. Never heard them.
36 Crazy Fists.
Could we actually listen to like 30 seconds of one song?
I feel like we'll get
whatever. You don't want to?
Well, no, I just...
we're going to get
copyright
hardcore.
Shit. It's really difficult.
Yeah, it's true. We're going to get
Look it up. Okay, we will.
We're going to get copyrighted. How can we find it without getting copyrighted?
I don't fucking know.
Vimeo, is that it? Is that the one? Vimeo?
Let's try.
Vimeo.
I don't even think it's like... It doesn't matter if it's on YouTube. It's like if it senses that content, it'll be like, hey, that's enough.
Daily Motion.
Okay.
That's an hour and 28.
36 Crazy Fists live at the Foundry Concert Club.
That's YouTube though.
I know.
That's YouTube though.
Yeah,
Vimeo.
There's not much we can do.
Brad DeFleureau. Who's that? I feel like I actually know that name. Brad DeFleureau.
I feel like you don't.
No?
I feel like you're just saying that.
Odds are, Tyler, you fucking
just
don't.
You don't.
DeFleureau. That's ringing a bell for me.
Let's see.
That's ringing a bell for me.
It's a Jackie Chan movie as well. Okay.
Oh, 36 Crazy Fists.
I like that.
Jackie Chan, he's still around? Is he dead?
Oh, he's better than ever.
He is?
No, he's not dead.
He's not dead.
God, shout out Jackie Chan though. That was a fun time being a kid in the 90s.
Well, and he's just.
I mean, it was
like,
a little bit like racist, but it'd be like, whoa, but how fun was it to be 6?
Yeah.
And be like, whoa.
Well, and
like,
Jackie Chan, he just represented. He
Live a
represented a
little.
hero that you wouldn't be a bad person to embody. You know, Jackie Chan. He was like
there was
he
justice.
Yeah,
there was
he was a good hero. There's
so
no
Steven
good heroes.
Seagal's evil hero.
Steven Seagal he vibes like a rapist.
1 trillion %.
Like he vibes like a
and Jackie Chan would save you from that.
like he's gonna kill your kids.
Steven Seagal would be the evil person in
and
a
like
Jackie
when
Chan
I say
movie.
rapist, I mean non-gendered here, folks. Like I feel like he'll go either way, and he'll kill your kids first, and then he'll do it. And then
I'd like a Jackie Chan movie in 2025.
Can we? Can
Is
we
Jackie
push
Chan
that
making
through?
movies?
Jackie Chan, I feel like he's not. Oh, what's the Western one where Jackie
High
Chan
Noon?
is in High
Wait,
Noon?
oh, is that right?
No, it's maybe not. It's maybe
Shanghai
not.
Noon.
Shanghai Noon.
With Owen Wilson. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, Owen Wilson. Come on.
That's
That's a great time with Jackie
good
Chan.
stuff.
He's actively making movies. Is that right?
Is he?
No, okay, there was a Karate Kid in 2024.
Sixth Karate Kid. That's
5
too
let's
many.
do something
That's
else.
5
let's
too
do
many.
something else.
Yeah.
Rush Hour 4! 2026, Rush Hour
Okay.
4. Thank you, Jackie.
So I saw Rush Hour. Didn't see 2. Didn't see 3. Did they hold up? Are they
Your
okay?
wife actually met Chris Tucker.
She did.
Yeah, funny enough.
She did.
Funny enough.
Who's Chris Tucker?
The guy in this guy.
Oh, okay.
The co-star of
Rush
Rush
Hour. Okay.
You know Chris Tucker, bro?
So who's the
Come
guy
on.
that's
Get a
the
little
white
culture.
guy in Parks and Rec?
Who?
The white guy in Parks and Rec that's also in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. For some reason, I always think it's Chris Pratt.
You have.
And I was really excited when
are-
she said she met Chris Tucker, and then I figured out she was like, wait. You know he's
Here's
black,
the
right?
here's the funny thing.
And I was
is
like,
she,
what?
She thought she met Chris Rock. Later recanting it, and I said, "You did not meet Chris Rock. You met Chris
Oh,
Tucker.
that's fucking.
You met
that's
Chris
great.
Tucker. If you met Chris Rock, I would have known.
Chris
I would have
Tucker's
known.
that gentleman. Can we
Yes.
show Crazy Fist Chris Tucker? I know
Oh,
my
you-
movies. I know
he
some
doesn't-
European songs.
What? He doesn't know Chris Tucker?
Tucker?
Okay. Well, listen here.
Where are you from? Is he
He's-
from Belgium?
He said he's Dutch.
You're Dutch.
I
Okay.
really know very little about the Dutch folk.
Okay. Chris Rock is good.
Wow, Chris Tucker, looking good. Black don't crack.
I mean,
He's old. He's 53. Like,
I don't know. Looking good. Looking a little scary to me though. This one, the upper right one. I don't know. Look at pull this up. Pull this up for me.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Pull this one up for me because that's not.
No, that's the last face you see before the darkness shuts in.
He could fit my whole fucking head in his mouth, Jeff. He definitely has a jaw that can unhinge. That mouth is, I want to say, 8 inches wide.
Like, he could pass for actually a decade younger.
Look at my mouth. My mouth is 3 inches wide.
Wait, what the fuck?
My mouth is
That's
3
not.
inches wide.
Is that Jackie Chan? Wait, I do not like a bearded Jackie Chan.
Wait, you don't?
No.
I don't trust him as much, but I'd fuck him harder.
Oh, well, that's, hey, you love a man with a beard.
I do love a man with a beard.
Wait, is this real?
What?
Rush Hour
I just
4?
can't get over. See, does it?
Okay, yes, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like,
That's
there's
a
no
t-
fucking
That is
way.
a tired Jackie Chan and a tired Chris Tucker.
This is one of them is on fentanyl for sure. For sure. It's probably Chris.
It's probably Chris.
It's
guys.
probably Chris.
Jackie Chan.
I really hope it's not a disgrace.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't just say that word because he's Asian.
How does Chris look so young in this? Is that AI?
That's got to be something.
Because look, his hair is gray. That's the Rush Hour 4 trailer. Go up, scroll up.
Yep, I'm
Rush
going
Hour
up.
4 trailer. Then he's gray. What's going on?
That's
What's
weird.
happening?
I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I could. Jackie Chan had a beard a second ago. They could have had some disguises going. I really can't tell you.
And so he's gray here, and Jackie Chan is all black hair. But then you go to the other picture, and Jackie Chan has got some gray in the side, and Chris Tucker's got all black hair. I'm very confused.
The
narrative
really
here,
quick. What the fuck is happening right here?
Okay.
What
Son
the
of
fuck
a
is happening
bitch.
right here? That's kind of a problem too. I don't know. I'm thoroughly confused. Hey,
I respect white-haired Jackie Chan the most, but I also don't think he's good anymore.
I guess we'll have to watch the movie.
I guess we'll have to watch
Do you
guys want to do a full viewing?
We're gonna do a full viewing party of an analysis of Chris Tucker. Okay,
I think Crazy Fist
really
just called
quick,
me a dildo.
Really quick.
He said dildo.
Look
I
at this,
know
though.
Chris Tucker.
Look
good
at this.
comedian. No, it's a fake beard. Lol, not tired. Look
Look
at
at
what?
that though.
Okay, what the
Now
fuck
that-
is
yeah.
going on?
I can't tell you.
Are these all
I can't tell you.
AI? Are these
have
all
no
AI
clue.
made?
I can't tell you.
Okay. Also,
All right.
Chris Tucker's neck and beard is like.
That's got to be fake. That's got to be fake. All right, going back to the 48 Laws of Power, folks.
48 Laws of
we've
Power,
been
folks.
giving you the 48 laws here. Law 11: learn to keep
Jesus.
people dependent on you.
Crazy.
Is Crazy Fist popping off?
Not tired, just old and not on Fent. You can do something with your hair instead of keeping cockroaching like you have under your beanie. Wow.
Oh my God.
What's cockroaching?
I think he meant like rat's nest or something like that.
Okay. Well, here,
Well,
I'll
we
show
can- we
it to
can
you. You can
unbeanie,
see
yeah,
it.
it's
I'm
okay.
dirty.
No, he's dirty.
I'm dirty.
I'm relatively clean.
But look, you can. This is a face you can fall in love with.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, this guy it's not about the aesthetic with him, it's about the feeling. Spend an afternoon with him and you're going to love him to death. You're going to eat him right up. You're going to want to make sure you sanitize your mouth and your face and your hands afterwards, but you'll eat him up. He's a delicious boy. Crazy Fist, I promise you. I promise you. You will get hungry for some tea.
I appreciate that, Crazy Fist, that you like this.
Oh, he says love his smile. Okay. Crazy Fist, we knew we'd win you over.
We knew.
God, you are a crazy
I have
fist.
a little bit of a hair thing though. Like I have had one time.
No,
I was at my
your hair
in-laws.
is disgusting.
It is disgusting.
But you
yeah.
have started showering way more.
a lot more. And
This
the funny
guy went
thing
a
is,
month without
my
showering
hair,
once time.
My hair. No, I've gone longer than that.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I've gone
you.
close to 2 months.
It's
somewhere between 6
it's-
and
it's
9 weeks.
It's reprehensible.
Yeah. Listen,
It's a
but
big
here's the funny
problem.
thing. Since I started
He's married.
showering
He's
more,
somehow married.
since I started showering more and I started using Head and Shoulders to get control of my dandruff, my hair gets greasier way faster. So my hair looks worse now than it
Sure,
used to.
sure.
Which is
Your
fucking
body
hilarious.
had adapted.
My body
Your
had
body
adapted,
adjusted.
and I fucked it up. I fucked the equilibrium up.
Yeah, you fell into the Head and Shoulders trap.
I did. They got me in their trap, man.
damn.
I'm hooked. Okay, we already saw this one.
All right, we already saw this one.
Yep,
Where did we
next,
even stop?
Next.
Oh wait, we don't want these. Here we go. Law 12.
There
what was
we
this?
go.
Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. One sincere and honest move will cover over a dozen of dishonest ones. Open-hearted gestures of honesty and generosity bring down the guard of even the most suspicious people. Once your selective honesty opens a hole in their armor, you can deceive and manipulate them at will. A timely gift, a Trojan horse, will serve the same purpose. Wow.
So once they
What's the
started
hint?
using victim, it changes.
That changes the vibe. That really changes
It really
the vibe.
changes the vibe.
Yeah, it's not the 48 laws of power, it's the 48 laws of evil.
It really is here.
Jesus
So
Christ.
I mean, use selective honesty and generosity to
course,
disarm
Crazy
your
Fist,
victim.
let
I
it
think
rip.
that's true. And you see companies like, honestly, if you look at these all, companies are using these really well.
This is literally how the government works.
Yes, 100%.
This is how the fucking government works. They're
Yeah.
just like, we fucking care about you and we want you to know these things. Also, we are funneling a lot of money offshore, and there's a lot of people that are in the circle that you are not in, and a lot of folks that are having benefits taken directly from what could enhance your life, but they're enhancing theirs at magnitudes that you can't even really
Anyways,
conceptualize.
we're going to do a $500 stimulus package. Does that
We
sound
love
good?
you
Does
guys.
that sound good?
We're going to
Okay,
do the biggest
$500
transfer
stimulus.
of wealth ever.
Woo! Wow, we give you guys
And it's going to be
pittance.
awesome for you. Just keep chilling.
Just keep chilling.
Keep listening.
Just keep chilling.
Keep listening as we tell you.
You can ask a question, Crazy
Yeah.
Fist.
I'm today have vacation. Okay. All right. Let's go. Number 13 here. But we like. Oh no.
When asked,
We want to do the hints, right?
nah, fuck it. The hints are gone.
Yeah, the hints
There's
gone.
no fun. There's no hints anymore.
Why does it say
This is
give
a
a
new-
hint? L.
It just keeps saying L.
That's
Law
really weird.
13.
Okay, all right.
When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. And I feel this one. It's really funny because like running a business, I'm like, okay, yep, I see that one. That makes sense.
No, I got
This
you.
one is good, and it's kind of how promotions work, right?
I think I'm going to say a very similar thing to you. So keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
So basically, like, the whole world is money. The whole world is money. It's all just fucking money. There's a lot to it. But like, really, when it gets down to it, brass tacks, if you're like, you've got somebody who's like,
the entire world is
I'm
just
trying
money.
to change the world for good, and I
No,
want to be a
it's
good
all
person.
money.
And then if you're like, listen, if you fuck off
It's
with all that
money,
shit, here's $2
or
million.
it gets corrupted by money.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we
100%.
go.
And so,
Okay.
like, it's like when you're asking somebody to take on more responsibility at work, you're like, hey, so, what if we give you like $1.75 an hour increase in your pay, and then maybe you just like did this, maybe you just did this, and then when you go back to the drawing board and you look at it and it's like, okay, they're gonna maybe merge one position into like 2 other positions, and it's gonna cost an extra $700 a month.
That's a problem.
And save them like $3,000. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, never to their mercy or gratitude. See, and that's a tough one because I used to use that one at all, and now I'm just like throw money at them. Throw money at them because
you do. That is a flaw of yours. You think money can fix things, it can't. That is a flaw 100%. Of yours.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Sometimes there's a very human element to things.
Sure, it's like if a person is not capable of doing this,
you
can't give them money.
Like if you
to make
get
it.
like richer, like if you become like extremely wealthy, like you might have lost a part of your humanity. Like you're at kind of a crossroads where you need to realize that money does not buy everything.
Yeah,
and that's the truth. Actually, that's just genuine criticism.
I hear it. You're
a little money focused. You really are. You really
am.
I mean, it's good to be prosperous, and you help people out. You're not an unhelpful guy. What did you do the other day?
What did I do?
You were helping people out.
I mean, yeah.
I won't say on here, but you helped.
I helped some people.
You've given people vehicles.
Yep, I sure
You've
have.
given people more. Maybe over 3. Over 3 vehicles.
5.
You've given 5 people vehicles.
I've given 5 vehicles away. Yeah.
That's not nothing. I've given 0 vehicles.
You actually totaled one of my vehicles.
Okay, well, listen.
I mean, I had to say it. I could not fucking say it.
We were on the phone together, and I got hit in the back quarter panel.
Can you see how I couldn't not say it though?
No, I can.
Okay.
I think you came out of that situation financially worse. Is that right?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I got half of the value of the car.
Yeah.
And honestly, that car was
you loved that car.
I might actually buy another one of the exact same cars.
Yeah. My car was having issues, and he let me borrow his car. And I almost was like, nah, but I was like, well, it'd be nice to have a car.
It'd be nice to have a car.
And he let me borrow it, and then I was on the way to the gym talking to this guy in the morning, and then I got hit in the back corner panel, also by a guy named Jeff. Kind of funny.
That is funny.
Kind of funny.
Not at fault. You got it not at fault.
Not at fault.
And then some fucking weasel insurance agent.
God,
what was his name?
Good. God, he was good. Todd Schneevely.
Todd Schneevely.
He schneeveled his way.
Can we find him?
I'd like to.
I'd love to find Todd Schneevely.
I'd like to. What was it? Pemco, right?
Pemco, yep. Todd Schneevely, Pemco. I probably have some emails from him somewhere. So you need us to come and cover your shift tomorrow so you can go on vacation? Is that right, Crazy Fist?
Wait, what's going on? It's not... If it's this guy... Because
he played us.
I don't think
he played us.
It's not him, but he could look like this. He just pretended to kind of be this guy on the phone that he was just a little bit...
He's the dominant part of cuck porn. You know what I'm saying? Do you get that?
No, he's not.
No, you don't think so?
Definitely not. He's the guy in the chair. He's the guy in the chair.
Really? He's the guy in the chair?
Because he has so much power in his normal day. He wants to feel powerless during his sexual prowess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Todd Snively right here, that's my baby. Yeah.
And
that's
he's a sweet
I'm actually
boy.
180 years old.
And you look great.
Thank you. Except for the hair stuff. That's the one thing I can't figure out how to get my hair
made. Oh, okay. No, I was gonna. Okay, so in my
defense.
In my line of work, and in many line of works, it's reviews. Reviews are very important.
They sure are.
And I've learned that no matter how much somebody says they will give you a review, and how nonchalant you make it, or if you build up this whole grandiose thing where you're like, it helps more than you know. Like, thank you so much. I appreciate that immensely.
Zero impact.
You can tell somebody to the fucking birds. I've never used that, but to the birds, you could tell somebody how much a review would help if they could just you can send them a link in an email and say, thank you again. I appreciate this so much. All the very best.
Mm-hmm.
And they will just completely not do it. It's one of the funniest things about human interactions. And I even saw online, I was on Reddit and somebody was talking about how you get more reviews in this industry, and they were just literally make them do it
in front of you. So that's what I was just going to tell you.
Which is insane. I really don't like that. Makes me feel so gross. What I do is
when you start getting those reviews rolling in, though, you feel good.
I say though, I'll be on the phone. It's could you actually do me a favor? Because I'm okay, you're doing me a favor. People like being helpful. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm already appealing to self-interest. Mm-hmm. But then maybe I give too much gratitude. I'm this and honestly would help literally more than you know.
And it's illegal for you to offer them money, a discount.
You can't.
legally
Yeah,
can't.
You can't. Yeah, don't say too much because sometimes you say too much about what I do.
Okay. Well, for me, is it illegal for me to do that?
It technically is against Google.
Sure.
Because you're manipulating the market.
Sure.
You're manipulating the market. Yeah.
They won't know for another like 6 months until AI God wakes up and then tells them all of
AI
our deep dark
God,
secrets.
yeah.
I'm so fucked.
No, I
When
get
AI
it.
God wakes up.
I get
the
it.
thing is, he doesn't get to hang out when I do. Your stream was the worst. They will say, "Don't see it."
They will say, "Don't see it." I wonder
in
how
heaven.
much English Crazy Fist knows.
Yeah.
Because there's things where I'm
I
like,
thought he was
okay,
asking us to cover his shift,
Crazy
and now he's
Fist,
attacking us.
Yeah, well,
Elon Musk can see it. Yeah, America.
okay,
We are in America.
Crazy Fist, you're gonna have to bring better comments.
Better vibes. If we're gonna keep
it's not even
responding to
vibes.
them.
You can fuck us up, but you need to be a little bit like sharper,
Smarter?
Or we can't give
Harder?
air to things
Faster?
that are a little bit. I don't care you're Dutch.
Dutch as fuck.
I love that you're Dutch. You guys
Use
make,
GPT it. See how
do
to hurt us
something.
the most.
No, it's okay. You don't have to apologize. you just have to be better.
No. Just be better.
And I
Just
really,
do
and I mean,
better.
and I mean that in the most endearing way. Anyway, yeah, you're supposed to ask for reviews and be like, do it now. Could you do it now? Do it now.
I think so. You
It makes me feel like a goddamn cunt.
No.
I like to give people respect and fairness.
But look at what they do with that respect and fairness.
It's literally
They spit on it.
Here's because I even say
They
sometimes
shove it up
I even
their
say
ass.
if you're a person that reviews, and I give them an out,
Mm-hmm.
and they can say, oh yeah, I'm not really a person that. I mean, I guess it's harder in practice than it is in theory, but it just have the balls and have the gumption to say no. And I guess that's harder. That's not how humans work.
No,
humans aren't
they
going to
take
say
the
no.
easy way out all the time.
By
It's gonna be the easiest and the best when they're in the office with you. If they're with you
Yes.
physically, that's the best time to overpower their psychological
I literally
defenses.
have a QR code thing that I've built.
Perfect. That's good. Good.
Yeah.
Good on you.
No,
Good
that's
on
the
you.
only way to do it.
Yeah.
If you send them a link, doesn't matter. And it's a heartbreaker. It's a heartbreaker, folks.
So,
be better.
I think you got to do it in the room with them, or you got to do it when you're on the phone with them. It's really tough that you can't. So what about like, can you give them something that's not money?
Can't give anybody.
You
nothing.
can't give anybody anything. You
Maybe
can't
maybe
reduce
you can
costs.
do you can do a raffle.
You can do. Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Law 14.
Okay. Law 14.
Pose as a friend. Work as a spy. Knowing about your rival is critical. Use spies to gather valuable information that will keep you a step ahead. Better
We
still,
don't live in like
play the spy
fucking
yourself.
Cold War era.
In polite social encounters, learn to probe. Ask indirect questions to get people to reveal their weaknesses and intentions. There's no occasion that is not an opportunity for artful spying.
For artful spying.
Wow.
It's you would
Wow.
live if you lived by these laws of power. You'd live an interesting life, but you also could very easily be
Get murdered?
Well, you could very easily get murdered, and you could also very easily get diagnosed as a schizophrenic.
1 trillion %.
Like this shit is
this
just
is
like
antisocial personality disorder playbook.
let's just take Crazy Fist for example. He's a cook. Let's get Crazy Fist to implement the laws of power in his
how
job
could he
at
do that?
Taco Time.
Well, see, and this is the thing is we're getting very meta now because we're appealing to Crazy Fist's personal interest now.
I was actually attacking his character.
Oh shit. Okay,
I
well,
was calling him a useless chef.
if he's a cook and he wants to get promoted to head chef, he could maybe ask his cook, his head chef. He could be like, "Hey, what are some recipes that you're working on? What are some recipes that you're trying to get better? Find out what the chef is bad at, and then once the food critic comes in,
get him to order the things.
get him to order the things bad. But how would you?
It's way easier to just poison the food, though.
Well, yeah, but you wouldn't be posing as a friend working as a spy, though. So how could he get the head chef role as posing as a friend?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Next.
You don't have antisocial personality disorder. That's great. Or do you? Or do you?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I
Law
don't.
15, crush your enemy totally.
I mean, this is one we've actually kind of talked about. Like, you can't
No half measures.
No
Yeah.
half measures. It's got to be absolute destruction.
My head chef has ALS.
Oh.
Well, did he tell you that in confidence?
That's a pretty easy one to take advantage of.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Does he cook with his mouth? Is he flipping ALS? You slowly lose the ability to
Lou
use
Gehrig's disease.
Lou Gehrig's disease. Yeah.
Have you? How many buckets of water with ice have you?
Have you done a lot of bucket challenge
in order to help him?
Bucket challenge.
That was. I remember when I was younger and that happened. That was a real turning point for me in society.
Where you didn't like it anymore.
When the ice bucket challenge happened, that
you lost a lot of faith.
I lost so that literally darkened me as a person. Because
that makes sense.
For I mean, folks, let me explain why it's not that fucking crazy to. It's like you are turning something where you are doing nothing into something that's about you.
Can you pop off on this for like 100 seconds?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's literally fucking disgusting. The whole ALS thing, the Ice Bucket Challenge was, oh, you're either going to donate $100 to ALS or you can do a pail of ice water all over yourself, and either way you're helping. And then I want you to, like a fucking virus, spread that to somebody else. And I really wonder how much they made from I want to see how much, because some people were legit. Some people were like, I'm going to donate $100 and do the Ice Bucket Challenge. So that is a little bit less self-indulgent, and I can kind of respect it. But the people that were just doing the Ice Bucket Challenge, like, it was the biggest, like, look at me, I'm a good person, I'm helping. But you're in a room dumping ice on yourself, recording it. Like, it's like if you go out into the woods and fucking scream, are you doing anything? Like, it was the most vapid, self-serving, actual bullshit that we as a society let happen, and that really set into motion a lot of other self-serving things that it was not a good thing. It was not a good thing. But how much did the Ice Bucket Challenge yield? I want to know. Raise for ALS. Yes. I'm gonna guess like
2.4 million.
Yeah, it probably is millions.
Just
because it was a fucking huge thing. But here's the thing.
Okay, at what
How
point
far
was it
does
worth
that
it?
go?
At what point was it worth it?
Oh, what monetary amount?
Where do you go? Okay. Is it 50 million?
I don't know.
Is it 100?
I don't know how much research costs. Are we funding fucking people to have a getaway at a jazz festival and fuck their colleagues?
One fun thing.
I don't know where the money's
when you
going.
said getaway, for some reason I heard ghetto way.
Getaway?
Yeah.
It's like a safe way.
Mm-hmm. How much did Ice Bucket get? Let's see.
I'm gonna say like 1.3 million. But
I'm gonna say 2.5.
If it was over 10 million, then I think we're
gonna
okay.
give a little bit of respect to it.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Okay. All right. 115 million in 6 weeks?
Yeah. Okay.
3.5% increase over typical annual fundraising. I mean,
okay.
Big for people with ALS. Like, did that actually help?
What percent of the population has ALS? Because like, there's two options here. You could raise money for ALS, or you could just, well,
go on a ski trip.
Okay, I was going to say something very different than that. Can we
ALS
use that? Can we
population
use
in the
that
US.
Can we use that as a euphemism now for if you're going to exterminate a part of the population?
30,000.
That's it.
And how many people are in the U.S.?
280 million.
No, you always think of the number from when you were
327.
Yeah, it's like 360 or something.
300. Okay, how many in the U.S.?
340
million.
340.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, yeah. Can you do
divided
this?
by 30. 1, 2, 3.
What percentage?
30,000. Oh shit! I gotta invert that.
How much in the
30,000? 1, 2, 3.
in
divided
the US.
by
In the U.S. only.
Jesus Christ! So times 100.
And it says just 115 million, and that's just in the U.S. So what is 115 million divided by 30,000?
0.0008% of the population.
Okay,
have ALS.
Because here's what they should have done. They literally should have just given everybody a ration of that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
So 115 million. It's not going to be that much though. Divided by 30,000, they would have given away $3,800 each. It's like nothing.
Wow, I thought that was gonna be a lot more money.
No, yeah, money does not go that far. That's why when
Wow.
the government is like, we
I
just
feel
don't have the
stupid.
resources for it. You're like, what the fuck?
Wow.
You can't afford $2,000, and it's like, well, 2,000 times the 4 million people in the U.S. that need mental health assistance is actually a bunch of money. So, yeah,
right,
we can't do that.
Yeah,
we can run for-profit prisons.
Okay. What can they do with $3,800? Like that's like a new wheel on their chair. Like wow, that's.
Can you look up something for me? I really want to show Crazy Fist this.
Okay.
So there's a guy who has no arms and he cooks with his feet. No arms guy, no arms chef, cooking.
Cooking?
Yeah.
It's a little redundant. Chef cooking. Is this?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the guy.
we can do Facebook.
That's the guy.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
All right, let's go.
So what I'm kind of it was a guy.
It was a gal?
It was a guy. She's doing an okay job though.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got some respect for that.
Yeah,
So what I was gonna say,
that's cool.
Crazy Fist is.
I mean, I wouldn't want to eat it. Like, I'm sorry, I really wouldn't.
I would eat it. I wouldn't eat the guys.
Well,
I'd eat hers.
Sure, you're a sicko.
I'd eat hers, if you know what I mean.
What is she doing now? Wait, I liked what was happening before, but now I'm like, what are you doing? Everybody's like, okay.
I mean, listen.
I get it. That's fair.
Is that dangerous though? It's probably pretty dangerous.
No, it's just I didn't like this. I'm like, what are you trying to be sexy in the store?
I didn't see the sexy store part.
Yeah. What's happening here? What are you doing? What? None of that was needed.
I mean, I think it's just
Everyone's
saying,
trying
like,
to be a fucking star.
Somebody with their arms chopped off can still be sexy. I think it's kind of the MO there.
I've been saying that for years. I don't need that shoved down my throat.
Oh, God.
Okay, what were you gonna say though? What were you saying?
I was just gonna say, Crazy Fist, you should show that video to your ALS guy who can't use his hands anymore. Maybe he can still use his feet. I don't know. Does it start at the toes and work its way up? I don't know how ALS works.
Honestly, yeah. Maybe you should say, listen, it's been almost a decade since the Ice Bucket Challenge. We need to get ALS back out there, and here's the way that you do it. You need to start making food with your feet. I'm sorry, you got to do it.
Yep.
And then everybody gets repulsed because you're like, you have arms that work. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Are you trying to be sexy in the store? And then you become the new chef. You say my new rule: no feet, and people love it. People adore you.
I've got a good idea. Okay. So you know how they did the whole here's what it's like to have a period thing. They did that at that convention.
Yes.
We should do, and that one was like, I think they used electrodes to like. So we should do this is what it's like to have ALS thing. It's gonna take like 400 electrodes, but you put them all across your entire body, and then you can be like, this is 6 months with ALS. This is 2 years with ALS.
I'd like to know.
And this is 15 years with ALS, and you're literally just fucking. Have you ever done the electrodes?
No, but I just was thinking,
oh my God.
What if the cure for ALS was literally just the ice bucket, like shocking your nervous system by extremely cold water?
I bet it's.
And they were the people that weren't doing
it's
it.
Shock treatments for ALS. Let's see if it's a thing. Crazy Fist says
ALS cure. What is
ALS? Is you're becoming in a wheelchair. Starts with your hands, then your feet can't.
There's
do
no
anything.
known cure. So were they trying to get the cure?
I mean, I'm sure they are.
What was the ice like? Yeah, what was it for? But like, what did it change the fight against ALS forever? I don't know, bro. You hear me though, right? Like it was kind of evil.
No. I mean, it wasn't evil. It's not evil.
It wasn't evil.
It's just not how you actually change the world.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem with all of these social
and why
movements.
ALS? Why ALS? Like, there's so much. What about cleft palates? I'd much rather have ALS than the cleft palate.
If you go down that road too far, then why anything?
Well, I get that.
I get
that.
So I hear you and I agree with you, but if you go too far down that road,
I'm sorry, bro. Like, if you have a cleft palate, that's not a good time.
You don't change the world by doing
I would much rather help kids with cleft palates.
That's just because you got to see it though. You see a guy in a wheelchair and you're like, oh, okay, but you see a kid with cleft palate and you're like, what the fuck?
You're not wrong.
You're not
wrong.
It's
honestly,
just visual.
that kind of looks like me a little bit.
Here, give me a second.
That's how I.
Give me a box cutter in 2 minutes. You're gonna be the spitting image of that baby.
All right. God damn, you liked that way too much.
I did.
You're a fucking sicko.
I did.
All right.
I did.
Well, you want to do one more law of power here?
My point. Yeah, let's do one more law of power.
And then we're gonna get to our new favorite.
My point though is that you have to change economic systems. You don't do whimsical fucking showings of fundraising. You change economic structures of governments. Like if we took the bid buyer fucking nature out of purchasing and procuring for the US military, and we stopped buying things that cost fucking 10 to 40 times what they're actually worth, we would have the fucking money to put not 115 million into ALS, but we would have the money to, we would have 500 million a year to sink into ALS. And so when you try and do this crowd-funded fucking bullshit, what you fail to address and accept is the fact that we are fucking pissing our money away into corrupt systems that are abusing that wealth and distributing it unequally to fucking cousins and uncles and friends and relatives. And so until we fucking address that, all this other fucking nonsense is just that. It's nonsense. So before... And I'm not saying to not put your energy into these things, because you should put your energy into these things. This is better than you fucking shoving your thumb up your butt and playing fucking Tetris all night, okay? So, and I know you lazy fucks. No, I'm kidding. Just crazy face.
I need a long piece. Shove that long piece right down your fucking throat and stop breathing.
You need to be politically active, and you need to tell our government to stop letting our politicians accept what is essentially bribes and distribute the money in a corrupt fashion. Once we get there,
I don't know. It's just, it's
how do you do that? How do you do that when you don't have a leg to stand on?
You don't. And especially when you're a worn down population that's been just fear mongered and just given a shiny coin while your entire wallet gets stolen from you. Like it really is. It's once things get it's fucking batching up a recipe. You can't batch up a recipe. Like when things get too large, and then there's a status quo. How do you do anything really? Truly,
it's tricky. You've got to wait.
And that's why we're trying to teach you these laws of power, because these are going to come in handy when the dissolution of the U.S. happens in about 6 years.
Yeah,
these are things that you're going to want to remember.
Crazy Fist will be super stoked on that.
Yeah, no, Crazy Fist is going to be fine.
Yeah,
he's going to be high as with fentanyl, and
he really doesn't like America, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, he really doesn't like America. I think he doesn't like us too. It seems like
that's fine.
Yeah,
that's
fine. I like haters. I mean, haters can play.
I don't like America too, but I don't like America for different reasons. I really value authenticity. Yeah. That's my big thing.
Yeah.
And I don't really think you can get many governments or leaders that embody that. Because many people think,
how can you embody authenticity when the only way for you to get elected is for you to, like, the bipartisan system is so busted.
Well, even aside from that, just any large faction of power, the authenticity is just, you need unity, and to appeal to everybody's interest is almost to appeal to nobody's interest, because you have to find this shining North Star that you can go to, but there often isn't a cut and dry solution that is as simple as that.
Well, with that North Star comes the need to get 51% or 40% or 38%. And in order to, that shining star is going to get you 12% with no questions asked. But the other 30% is the tricky part, where you have to be like, and also I'm pro-life or pro-abortion, whatever. I'm pro-life or pro-choice, whatever thing fits with your niche best. That's that North Star.
Yeah, you have to have a series.
And
I don't know.
All of a sudden, you get bastardized by the nature.
Would love to sniff your beanie at Yellow Beanie Guy.
Hey, you're anytime, baby.
I'm pro-choice.
Anytime,
fair,
baby.
Ayo. Hey, it's your choice to have a choice. Law 16, last one here.
Last one,
Crazy
folks.
Fist, you're gonna want to stay for this. Use absence to increase respect and honor. See, you're about to go off. We see you as very honorable and respectful because of that. Too much circulation makes the price go down.
Is this mine? I think this one is mine.
That's yours.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Too much circulation makes the price go down. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. If you are already established in a group, temporarily withdraw from it. It will make you more talked about, even more admired.
Wow.
You must learn when to leave. Create value through scarcity.
I mean, that's just how human psychology works. Truly, unfortunately, because here's the thing: you start to value things less. You really do. You start to value everybody wants what they can't have. It's kind of a weird fucking thing.
Nah, Shree's always telling me hey man, you need to go on vacations. Yes.
Shree's trying to steal your business.
No, he's like,
okay,
you need the vacation.
I'm sorry,
but
I can't ignore that laugh. I can't. There's not much I can do to.
Can we get a soundbite of that? I am the soundbite of that. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, if you're raped, you should.
Yeah. Let's not go on down. Let's not do the entire
fuck
the most memed argument and discussion and dialogue ever. Have your opinions and you have your opinions and I love it.
So, but the point is, I need to go on vacation not just because I need a vacation, but because the business needs to practice functioning without me. right? And then
Sure.
and when the business functions without me, and when there are issues, those issues are like, oh, and we've documented 3 issues that happen in Tyler's absence, and now we can like dig into those issues and address them until we create a system where it's like,
Later, Crazy Fist. We love
later,
you, baby.
Mwah.
Wait,
Don't
sorry,
get less crazy.
Were you? I get what you're saying. I get
Yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah. So that's nice.
Remove
It's nice.
yourself.
Absolutely.
This is our game where we like
Yeah,
to
bad
assign
one.
backstories to AI faces, just so that you know in real life, if you encounter somebody like this, you know what to do.
Yeah, that's Crazy Fist.
This is literally Crazy Fist's
this is literally
brother.
Crazy Fist. Oh,
This is Crazy Fist's brother who's locked up in the U.S. and that's why he hates the U.S. so much,
yeah.
because he hasn't seen his brother in
did him
actually
dirty.
13 years.
We did him dirty.
Oh, fuck. I mean, I think, what is he? He's not really good at Rubik's Cubes, but he's really good at something. Is he really good at Minesweeper? He's really good at Minesweeper.
I could see that.
Right?
Well, I feel like he was really good at Minesweeper, but then he had to grow up. It's like being really good at Minesweeper in
Means
like
you're young.
1998 is a
Sure.
big fucking deal.
Yes, absolutely.
But 2004 comes around and it's like,
Can Minesweeper make a resurgence? I don't think so.
I
don't
think,
think
so.
that-
I think it could, but it's gonna be a rebrand.
It's got to be like Minesweeper, and if something bad happens, then then there's real world consequences. We should actually do Minesweeper with shock collars. That actually would be huge. That
Let's
actually
do
would
it.
be huge.
We should do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Except paintball guns, because I can't get shocked anymore because
Yeah, no, I get it.
Disorder.
No, but Minesweeper, I never really understood the marking of the. You like marked where, you know what I mean?
Do you understand how Minesweeper works? You do?
Kind of. I mean, I know you didn't want to get a mine, but then you could mark certain areas.
Okay, so but do you know how it works? Like,
I'm telling you, no.
okay, let's just.
I'm telling you no
We're
right
just gonna
now.
do a quick Minesweeper. So, Minesweeper. Here we go.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
Not this though.
Okay, so check it out. So this means that there's one adjacent bomb, right? So there's nothing here. That means there's no bomb. One adjacent bomb. This is definitely a bomb because that's the only adjacent square. So there's 2 adjacent bombs here.
So that means there's one right over. Okay.
Yeah. So there could be one here. There could be one here. There could be one here.
Okay.
We're not sure. Could be anywhere. So
This is good shit.
This is another one where we know there's a bomb right there. So any inside edges, and then we know that
Wow.
this is
I
not.
was not ready for a masterclass on
We know that
Minesweeper.
this is not a bomb because this is already next to a bomb. So then we know there's a bomb here, which means we know there's
Jesus.
not a bomb here. 2, there's
You're a savant.
likely going to be a bomb here. There can't be a bomb. There could be a bomb here. There can't be a bomb here if there's a bomb here. Okay, so then over here we know there's a bomb here, and that means we know there's not a bomb
Okay,
here.
never mind. This could never make a resurgence. It's way too like cerebral.
Hear me out though.
based.
Wait.
It's way
Hear
too
me out.
cerebral based.
Wait. Hear me out. 3D Minesweeper.
What do you mean?
So this, except 3-dimensional. So there's that many cubes going up as well.
No, wouldn't. No.
But then the visual reskin. A visual reskin.
No. It's not about the optics, buddy. It's about the mechanism. It's about the mechanism. You know what have you seen these guys that can they study Google Earth so much that they know exactly where shit is?
I just want to play Minesweeper now.
Do you know what I'm talking about though?
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
seen that shit.
that's
and
some
people
crazy
like
shit.
post and they're like, "Hey, can you help me find this?" And they're like, "Absolutely, bro."
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, that's in literal fucking Kenya.
Yeah.
And somehow they know Kenya because they have the topology. No, that's just map.
Oh yeah. We're doing good now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're cooking with gas.
God damn.
Oh, I'm good. Boom.
Topography.
Boom.
Topography.
Boom.
That's what I was thinking.
Boom. Okay, and that means 1, 2, 3. Boom. And that means 1, 2, and we're good. Folks.
Yeah, I don't think we can
Folks.
get through this though. This isn't this
Boom,
isn't really
boom.
giving people a lot.
Boom. I can't stop though. You're gonna have to
Wow.
physically stop me. You're
Wow.
gonna have to physically stop me.
Folks.
Okay, I'm done.
Sleep well, shitheads. I
I
think that
like
was
it.
endearing.
I
I think that
think
was
so.
endearing. I think that was actually endearing.
I think he hates America, but he
loves
kind
us.
of okay with us.
See, this is how I played Minesweeper as a kid.
He's a
I
fucking
just,
chef. Oh my god, that's nice.
yeah. I just
God.
did.
Okay, don't just stop. I'm gonna fucking punch you. I'll punch you if you lose it.
Don't hit. See, this is literally how I mean. This is how I played Minesweeper as a kid and still as an adult. And then I'd be like, I think that one.
Wait, what?
I was more of a 3D pinball guy. That was my domain. I was all about the 3D pinball.
loved 3D pinball.
Yeah.
But really, the truest one for all of us, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Okay.
What? I'm good at Minesweeper, bro.
I mean, you've had more impact on the map than I have.
So this must be like
Take that fucking flag off of there, though. Can you take that flag off of there, please?
Really?
Yeah.
Because that was because I knew it. No, I put the flag on there. I put the flag on there, and that's why you told me to take it off. And what was I telling you? I knew that was a mine. Don't fuck with my process. You have egg on your face right now.
I didn't say to click it. I said to
but
take
I was proving a point. I know how to play Minesweeper, bro.
His brother is good at Minesweeper. His brother's good at Minesweeper.
He is.
He's got some proclivities.
You gotta trust me. We're a team. You have to trust me.
He's kind of handsome, but he's also not at the same time.
If he took his glasses off, he could and grew some 5 o'clock shadow. Like he could really do a little.
You ever
something.
notice gruesome 5 o'clock shadow?
He's got a gruesome jawline. No, he's doing well.
He's doing all right.
Was he?
Reminds me of one of my employees.
Is he a recovered, formerly beheaded person, or is that a necklace? That's what I want to know.
We're never gonna know.
All right, new guy.
We're never gonna fucking know.
New guy.
Ooh, this is a good one.
She's nice. I don't care what you say. She's actually very nice.
Yeah.
She's like
I feel like maybe though she's kind of old school and she's a little bit like judgmental
racist
and mean to brown people.
Yep.
Exactly.
No, she's unfortunately she's. But she
always like everybody's trying to get through it. You know.
Yeah, I think it's internalized though. Like I don't think she means to be. So not that that's any better. But I do think that she doesn't have any active hate in her heart. Sure. She just has internalized fear that's not founded.
Sure.
So that's
like once they leave, like Pedro comes over and hangs out with you. You're like,
you know, you could just say you don't have to say a name like that.
I don't.
No, you could just say, you know. You
so Pedro comes over and he hangs out for an afternoon. And when Pedro leaves, she does say.
You need to quit saying Pedro.
She does say.
What you're doing is not appropriate.
Is there something weird about him?
I don't think she does that.
I think she does.
I don't think she does that.
I think she does.
No, I don't think she does.
Okay.
I think somebody says something who actually is much more racist, and she says, "I was thinking the same thing, but I would never say it." Like that's what she will reveal once it's been brought to the table, but she is not.
She doesn't play bingo yet, but she's gonna play bingo in 3 years
she'll play
until
bingo.
she's dead.
Well, once her husband dies, she'll play.
Yeah.
Once her husband dies, she'll start playing bingo. But she works at a school. She's not like the principal, but she's like, and she's not even a guidance counselor, but she's like the resource officer or something, you know?
The racehorse officer.
She does something with racehorses. I don't know
why, but for some reason today, all these words are sounding like other words. It's the ketamine therapy.
It's the ketamine therapy.
It's ketamine therapy.
You have aphasia. You've developed aphasia.
I'm really thinking about starting ketamine
Wernicke's
therapy,
aphasia.
Wernicke's aphasia? Is that a thing?
It is.
Wernicke's aphasia?
Yeah, I believe it's where you don't hear things.
Okay, that's like a young year mom.
Wernicke's aphasia.
Wernicke's aphasia also
damage to leading to difficulty understanding and producing meaningful language. That's just you all the time.
Oh fuck! That literally, I have like a mild. Can you see what I'm saying though?
Yeah, no, it kind of looks like my mom and my sister.
Oh my god, it's like really close to your sister. Actually. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's like my sister if she was actually evil. This woman is evil, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like her teeth are soft.
She's like she's very, very calculated. You can see it.
Absolutely.
You can see it.
The hair, when the hair gets that controlled and thin and like, but still dense somehow.
I don't want to say it, but she's like a just Ghislaine Maxwell. She's like a Ghislaine Maxwell type.
I definitely get like
she's like the coordinator
vibes.
For the flights.
Sure.
She's very cerebral.
Very fulfilling for her though too.
Well, for her,
you can see the fulfillment.
For her, she likes to be valued.
Absolutely.
So she's like, you know what? I've made amends with this, and I'm damn good at what I do. I'm moving on.
Where do we go from here?
You kind of said this last week. I want to say physical therapist again, but is that too low hanging? Like, can we do something else?
Too low hanging.
She is a medical professional, but like, she could be like a.
I could also see like a cosmetologist.
I could see that, but I don't. I think she's more like, she might even be like a paramedic.
Oh, okay.
Could you see paramedic?
Okay. Paramedic on the weekend, though.
You think paramedics get paid
on the
frighteningly
weekend.
Low? It's kind of wild.
Do they? See, I don't get.
It's kind of wild.
I'm just like, why, like.
It's kind of insane.
So almost what needs to happen is like people need to just be like, it is too low and I will not do it. And then if enough people do that.
But then just somebody will always do it.
Then
somebody will always do it.
I know, but like they just need to not though.
But there's not enough unity. And then when you get too much unity, like a union, then shit gets crazy.
I mean, okay, so I guess the bottom line is the pay is good enough then.
No.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough for what we deem is acceptable, but it's good enough for people to do the fucking job.
Yeah, when their fucking back is against the wall and they need something to fucking survive, then yes. Like, people don't always operate in the most sensical manner, and that's the saddest thing about life. People fall into these things rather than actually creating something that makes sense.
I don't think you fall into becoming a paramedic. I'm pretty sure you get a decent amount of education.
I think you get less than you would actually think.
Really?
I think it's like, yeah. How to become a paramedic.
God, I love Diet Coke.
Yeah. Off 1,200 hours? I mean, that's a...
Okay, that's not that much, though.
Is it difficult to become a paramedic?
Arduous. The work can be extremely rewarding, just trying to hold somebody's fucking eyeball in their socket while you race to a hospital.
Just navigating a hoarder's like piss bottles when you're trying to like break the frame of the door to get them out.
Get their fucking kid out of there. Yeah.
Is a paramedic a high-paying job? No. 43,000. 43,000.
What the fuck?
That should be twice as much. That should be actually twice as much.
That's in California too. So in Wyoming, it's like $17,000. In Wyoming, they pay paramedics in fucking Royal Dansk butter cookies.
I'm so sorry. And you have to pay a fee? All that shit should be waived if you're going to be a paramedic. Like, actually, like maybe the school should be like government funded or something.
What is that? What is 43,000 backwards? What is 43,000?
It's not a lot.
Hourly rate.
That's real. I mean,
There's 40.
It is actually like $21 an hour.
Times 12.
It is like $21 an hour to be a paramedic.
Okay, so 43,000.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's not enough.
Divided by 2,064. Divided by 2,064.
You have to get a certification.
That's $20.80 an hour.
Pretty good math over here.
That's
right?
less.
$21.
That's less than fucking McDonald's pays in Kitsap County.
They don't want us to be healthy, bro. They don't fucking want us to be healthy. Anyway, so the hats off to her for doing great paramedic work for pennies. Hopefully she has a rich partner. Because she could be gay. I could see her as gay.
She could.
I could definitely see her as gay.
Here we go. Here we go. You guys know kids are our favorite on this show.
So we try not to do the kids, but maybe we could do the thing
where...
where...
What kind of fucking hat is that?
What kind of fucking hat is that? He's a little Dutch boy. He's a little Dutch boy. I'm sorry.
It's a traditional cultural Dutch hat. That's what it is.
I mean, so should we think about what crimes they're going to do when they get older?
It's going to be a cheese heist.
Why is one ear much larger? Why is one ear much larger?
That ear is...
This is... You know what this is? This is literally an ear corrective hat.
Oh.
This is literally a medical device. This is a medical device so that it's
and I feel like the hat, you spin it around, you wear it that way for 6 hours, and then you spin it around and the ear goes through the hole, you give it a break. You give it a break. You give it a break. A 6 hour break.
You want to keep it in guidelines, but you don't want to keep it stifled.
You do not. You're going to get cauliflower ear that way.
Which is a problem.
Yeah, definitely a cheese, like a food-based heist.
Right. Well, and I mean, he's already got cheese powder all over him.
Oh my God.
This is either cheese or nutritional yeast.
Dirty fucking Dutch boy.
I'm sorry, but the Dutch really don't have it right with the childcare system.
They just don't.
This is really unacceptable shit.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. We wanted to get through that, and
we had a good time.
Hug your paramedics. Hug your paramedics. Hug your EMTs.
What are you gonna do this week? What are you guys gonna do this week?
What was it last week?
I can't remember.
Oh, you said mildly inconvenienced. Somebody that's been inconveniencing you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I said.
You said something sweet.
All right.
Something sweet.
I always try to leave them something sweet.
Something sweet.
Listen. This week, just get to a task that you've been putting off. Spend 10 minutes.
Can you make it specific?
Organize something. If there's something that's been like just miring your household space in some way or another, it could be a drawer, it could be a shelf, it could be a closet. Literally, and just 10 minutes. Actually 10 minutes. Just spend 10 minutes organizing something, and you're going to feel better.
And then if you're somebody with crippling ADHD like I am, what I'll say is that won't work for you, so do it for 6.5 hours between the hours of 11 p.m. and 5:30
and then get a little sleep and ruin your entire next day.
Ruin your entire next day, yeah. My thing is going to be... Shit, I don't have one.
Wow.
Wow. I don't think this has ever happened.
You're a creative guy.
I'm a creative guy.
Bring something out. All right, I'm gonna just whatever comes to mind. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Screw slug. We love you guys.
Honestly,
we fucking love you guys
that makes so much
much.
sense the way that you do things sometimes. No,
You guys, a screw slug is you need to get expanding spray foam insulation, and what you're going to do is you're going to spray it in the shape of a slug. Okay, you're going to spray it in the shape of the slug. You're going to let it expand all the way. Then you're going to get a box. You know how everybody has a box of screws, like all the random screws and nails they've ever had in their entire life.
Let me do something.
You're going to take it. You're going to take it, and then you're going to let it dry out. Okay, and then you're going to just push those screws in there wherever you want. It's actually like really, if you're autistic, this is going to be super fun for you. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take paint of some variety. You're going to take paints. You're going to take spray paint. You can do any kind of fucking paint. You can do whatever you want. And then you're going to paint all the screws and the whole slug together. And then you're going to let it dry and you're going to have a screw slug. Do it on some cardboard, okay? Do it on some cardboard. You don't want to do it, just on your table. It's going to get messy. Get a nice piece of cardboard. Do it on a piece of cardboard. I think you guys are going to actually have a good time. This is the one nice one I'm ever going to do, and it's weird. So it's not just nice. It's fucking weird,
really
too.
quick, it reminds me of something that I saw when I was trying to pick stuff.
Okay. If you stuck around for this, you guys are the real ones.
It says not everybody should be able to buy spray foam.
God, yeah. Holy shit. That's so cool.
That's pretty wild, right? I gotta feel like that's a health hazard. Like that.
Seal it on up. Seal it on up with some paint.
With some paint or some clear coat.
That's wild.
I love it. It looks like it's a beetle den.
Yeah, it's for sure a beetle den.
It's a den for insects.
Everybody should be able to buy spray foam. I was a fucking idiot when I was younger, and I thought I could prevent ants from getting inside my house by spray foaming everything shut.
Oh, I hate ants.
Oh, I fucking hate ants
too. Ants so much.
Yeah. Okay. We love you guys.
We love you guys. We'll see you later. Mwah.